Was good, was good, was good. Ya teníamos rato que no decía yo was good, was good, was good. On another episode of Puros Compas with my boy El Bardo.
Finally, fucking
God
back. God
damn.
damn, it's been a minute, compa. I almost feel like I
It's-
haven't talked to you and
It
shit.
has been a minute. Well, I haven't talked to anyone actually.
You're right.
You might, maybe if Jose does his magic, you might not be able to notice, but I still sound a little shitty. I have been doing some guac pods, but I've been keeping my talking to a fucking very minimal way.
Anda pa la verga, ¿verdad, compa?
Andamos.
Anda, todavía. Don't
Lamentable-
include me in that. No.
Ando,
¿Cómo es?
ando.
Usted anda, yo ando bien.
Lamentablemente todavía no se me quiere quitar esta potada que la verdad no sé ni qué chingado sea.
Ah,
I feel a little choked up. Don't think I'm
He's
choking up as far
he's
as
crying.
but I do feel like there's a knot in my fucking throat, like for the last 3 weeks.
Oh, yeah.
So if I do continuous talking, that knot keeps going up my throat and it kind of just blocks it, and I gotta stop and take pauses. You might hear me cough, and I haven't been smoking. Everyone that I told are like in shock. Today, in 2 days from today, which is July the 5th.
Fucking got the calendar going.
Yeah,
Marking the days off.
That's how fucking fucked up I am. July 8th will be exactly 1 month smoke free.
Shit.
But prior to that,
It's a fucking
I had
dare.
already cut down like, I don't know, 90% of my smoking like a month and a half before.
You're a fucking dare graduate.
Oh my God. Like right now, like I think I'm just gonna I'm gonna advocate like stop smoking to everyone.
And that was that first beginning hit, compa. That's probably gonna be the last. You know, I'm not gonna smoke.
You see? Look at the effect.
Yeah. See,
Look at the
I
effect.
fucking.
What are we smoking at? What are you smoking at today?
We're smoking some
Gorilla
Gorilla Glue.
Glue.
Yeah, and it
You
smells
like that
good.
shit.
So you know what? I might hit this.
You might keep going.
Yeah, I might hit this a couple more times.
Compa, today we have one of my very, very, very good friends. Es un compa, compota, ahora sí.
Ah, huevo.
Ahora sí que it goes with the con puros compas.
Ah, huevo.
And these are the kind of guys that I want to bring in here, along with your guys from A-Town. But my guys out here from Chicago, que conocí y que tenemos mucha trayectoria juntos, y él solo también un chingo. And we're gonna dive into a lot of topics. But I want to say what's good to my good friend Luis Cortez. Everyone knows him as La Roka.
La Roca, Rockstar.
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 Thanks, guys. I appreciate it, man. It's honestly, I'm very excited to be here with you guys. Talk a little bit about what's going on, and I've been listening to you guys. La verdad que sí, man, you guys are doing a great job, bro. Los
Thank you.
felicito, la verdad, los felicito por todo lo que están haciendo, and it's something new, it's catching. I mean, I'm sorry that I'm a little old school, and I'm this whole podcast thing, and I'm just a little behind, but I'm catching up, and trying to. I do see, what you guys have going on, pero little by little. I mean, you guys are doing a good job, man. You guys are really touching people out here.
Yeah, no, you're not late to the party. That's for sure.
No,
I think if anything, a lot of people are barely getting to the party también, güey. And as we are,
Yeah.
we're kind of fucking, if you want to say late, but I mean, we think there's so many people that I know and that El Bardo knows
Mi compa el Bart. Así lo conozco, el Bart.
that everyone has a story, way and a message, and y pues al fin del día we kind of want to be able to have not just the youngs but the older crowd, like you've told me before, like you've heard some pods and you can relate as with the struggle, and you can relate to the hustle. We've talked about, before we started, we talked about like the Chingonas pod with their dad. We talked about
Shout out
to La Chingona. We talked about Rick Miranda, and his great story and his message. He came in here with a plan. I know that you're here with a plan as well, and we're gonna kind of touch everything that you've done. Y pues para alguna gente a lo mejor va a decir, oh, who the fuck's Rock? And para otra gente va a decir, oh shit, it's Rock. So, I mean, más que nada empezamos con lo de la música, porque I met you could say to a certain point late. It's not like we're elementary school friends or even high school friends for that matter. Like, I met you through the whole Aguacate promotions.
Yeah, for sure, man. It goes back. It goes back, and
I don't even know how many years back that is now. Now that I'm
I'm
thinking
really
about
bad.
it.
I'm really bad when it comes down to counting years and going. I noticed that you guys do that and you
Yeah.
guys count back. Well, let's count and see how many 15 to no, no.
Compa se
Con
las
todo
inventa. He don't even
con
know.
todo
People
respeto.
tell me, how do you
He be
do it? I'm like,
off.
I'm just making shit
Yeah.
I bet, right? I can't do it. There's no way. There's no way I can count the years. But it's been a long time, that's for sure. And man, but it's y hablando de lo de las chingonas, el señor Miranda, toda la gente que ha estado aquí con ustedes. Mi respeto, saludos para ellos. It's just that these stories that I mean, con todo respeto, todos vivimos algo tan similar en nuestras vidas growing up that it just touches you. Every time you hear a story, it touches you and you can relate. If it's just a little bit, you can relate. And when you're hearing these stories, you nod. You're like, wow, the struggle, what we've been through and whatever. A lot of us have been through, and all of us here in this room. Saludos a todos los que han venido aquí con ustedes. Y la verdad que pues muchas gracias por la invitación y to tell you my story, because I guess it's my turn.
Hell yeah. And I mean, I think you have a great story. Like I said, we're going to start with the music aspect because ahorita empecé a recalcar, we met. We met through mutual friends. I guess we could say we met through like Reino Norteño, to be exact.
Correct, yes.
And obviously era como, we met through them, through the music. I had Aguacate Promotions and I had, maybe at that time, I think I had Nueva Azteca. Started doing bailes. I did a Black Wednesday baile where I had Reino playing at Mariela's. And I remember clearly that at that time, you and compa Luis Saavedra, un saludo para el compa Luis también, who's a big part of Aguacate, of course. But at that time, it was just me and my roommates, which was like, shout out to Fredo.
Yeah, Fredo, yeah.
Shout out to my compadre Fry, que ese sí es mi uña y mugre.
Ah, well.
And shout out to Javi Castañeda.
Oh, yeah,
Sheesh.
for
All
sure.
right, so we would just
Compa Javi.
we were just
Shout out.
living out in a house that we used to call Studio 85.
Can we
That
say-
you got to go there as well.
Can we say the
course,
other
yeah,
name
man,
for that
that's
house?
great times.
La Casa del Diablo.
A la verga.
That's a rough name.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
and we used to just organize parties and organize fucking fiestas más que nada y house parties, and from there it transitioned into bailes. And at that time, I remember that you guys helped me. I had pre-sales for Mariela's. Un saludo para mi compa Tony Sanchez that actually me apoyó mucho en esa baile también.
Saludito to Tony, yes.
Came up with the concept together. Or I threw him the idea of Black Wednesday because it was not popular at all back in that day. And you guys helped me sell pre-sales. Long story short, it was a sellout fucking baile. I don't know.
Yes. That's the
800
first
people.
one, compa? You're saying
Yeah.
that was the first Black Wednesday?
That was the first Black Wednesday, even here in Chicago, as far as baile. I know that they might say like había gente que hacía on Thursdays, which is like Thanksgiving Day, which is true. But on Black Wednesday, like I want to say that was the first one in the paisa scene in our generation, cuando se empezaba a hacer flyers modernos y la chingada. Long story short, we had a sellout. We had a great time. And then pasaron, qué sé yo, unos mesecillos, yo pienso, porque obviously that was November. Let's just say, I don't know, I'll go up to spring and I get a call. I get a call from Roka. Many times, actually, he called me, offering help and shit. Hey, compa, it's me, Louis. Back then, it was, Louis. Hey, what's up, Louis? Whatever you might need, we know that you have your team. And they assumed, him and Louis assumed that I had like my team, right? But my team, they just partied. They never did the business part. Piche Fry was my poster guy. Javi and Fredo, party guys.
So it wasn't like, it was kind of like you guys were just fucking around. Not
Yeah.
fucking around, but like it was the beginning stages
Yeah.
of
Of what it is now and
Yeah.
shit. Yeah. But I really didn't have a structure, So
But
these,
sorry to cut you, but honest truth, it didn't seem that way. At least in
It didn't seem that way, yeah.
in my eyes, it seemed like you guys had everything locked down. Like como que todo eso estaba ya bien organizado. Y pues yo empezando, yo empecé tarde. The honest truth, yo me casé with my high school sweetheart y yo no empecé hasta a echar fiesta. Y como te digo, yo no me recuerdo los años de los tiempos, pero yo sé que tenía más o menos unos 26 años when I started. So that's late if you think about it, because you know
Yeah.
everybody starts partying at 21, pero yo ya I already had my life. I had my two boys, and you know I was a big adult at the age of 20. Ya olvídate, ya tenía. I was a grown man already, but that didn't work through. So that's when I ended up like calling you when I was back to living my single life, but at the age of 25, 26 tops. So yeah, it's kind of weird how it worked out.
It's very weird.
Pero that's when I seen lo que es Aguacate Promotions. Yo lo miraba bien organizado, lo miraba una compañía very established, and I wanted to be a part of. I wanted to, if I said to myself, si yo voy a echar fiesta, voy a estar en ese ambiente. Y como dice Carlos, mis buenos amigos de Reino Norteño, echábamos fiesta. Yo quería estar en ese ambiente y ya se me prestó la oportunidad porque ya no estaba casado, estaba separándome y dije, pues ahorita es cuando. Es cuando yo me aventé y le hablaba y le hablaba. Pero sí, Carlos también era bien, pero se hacía de rogar, no que no contestaba.
Yeah,
¿no?
mandara.
He was a busy man.
Lo mandara de verga, compadre. No, but es que at that time, even though, I'm glad he said that, because even though it wasn't like, well, I compare it to now, which is very tough on me, right? Because if I say that, there wasn't structure, but there was structure. Like I had, to a certain point, I had Fry, had my brother Pepe. Big shout out to my brother Pepe. Was a big part of my business at that time. My compa Juice was involved. So that was that structure. Que más que nada era gente de confianza. So ya tenía gente de confianza, and at that time I didn't know Roka like that. So for me it was like, well, I don't really need him, in that aspect. But one day, I don't think somebody couldn't go, bro. We used to throw bailes at that time at the old Merendero, Cermak and Ancestral.
Small place.
Y me
Small.
acuerdo que le digo, let me call Luis. I need a door guy. And I'm like, hey, you remember you told me you were down? Yeah. What's up? I need a door guy. He's like, down.
Y fíjate, you know what's funny? I remember to this day. I had no idea what a door guy was, bro. I mean, you could say door guy. What do you mean?
Dijo, I'm gonna be security.
Exactly,
he went all
bro.
dressed in black.
Exactly.
No, I told him you gotta wear a blazer.
And that's the thing.
All my door guys
okay,
wear
hell
blazers.
Yeah, and that's the
hell
thing. Am I a security or what am I honestly, bro, I thought that's what it was going to be more. Like, I didn't know
You were
if
picturing
I was
yourself
going to
with
be
the rope.
charging or am I going to be like...
The velvet rope and shit right there.
Yeah,
Letting people
hey,
in.
you know
You
something,
can come in. You
come
can
in.
come in.
Yeah, when he says, you're going to be a door guy, it could be so many things. But, I got the opportunity. I jumped on it. I got the opportunity to work. Yo lo que quería andar en el desmadre, en ese tiempo. Yo sentí como que perdí, no tuve esa etapa de mi vida para echar fiestas. I was like, bro, I have to, I want to do it. And it was a good time.
So we did that. That's how he came into the Aguacate. And then months later, we went bigger. We fucking sat down with him. We sat down with Luis Saavedra. And then from the old Merendero, we went to the new Merendero. And that was drastic too, because a lot of people might not remember, not know, of course, because they don't know who the fuck we are. But I somehow convinced my compa Roka, I don't know what the fuck you were working at that time. Were you a truck driver again?
I was. At that time, I was deep into that dumping. I was a dump truck driver. So, those are early morning hours, whatever, your Monday to Friday, but sometimes on Saturday. But I do have this is where we ended up doing it, because from before that,
way before,
before I started my trucking industry company, career, I was working for plenty of restaurants, for Mi Tierra. I worked for Mi Tierra for years.
Yes, sir.
In Chicago, and then from there I went to American restaurant Wildfire to work there as management. So tenía también
restaurant background.
Yeah, a lot of years. So I was working in the restaurant industry. Y cuando llegó esa oportunidad in the new Merendero San Marcos on 31st. I
fucking told him, like, let's go.
Bro, it worked out. He was like, hey, look, and he said, I'll do the morning management. He was going to do it. And you do the night management. So this is how funny it is, because yo tenía las ganas de estar en la fiesta, de estar en el despapalle.
Le fue bien.
Yeah, y me llegó el puro chingazo, bro. ¿Por qué? Porque pues en la noche era pura fiesta, bro. Era pura fiesta. Estamos hablando Y
Like the restaurant
trabajábamos.
was open, but it wasn't, bro.
It was just part.
Oh, yeah,
El
yeah.
Merendero San Marcos, la gente que...
Para los buenos.
La gente que conoce el merendero en aquellos tiempos, cuando estaba bien...
31st and Cicero, the new one. Yeah.
They had the spot to be on 31st and Cicero. They know, there at night me hablaban por mesas, bro. No paraban. At night, Saturday nights, Friday nights, que iba a estar... estuvo hasta la MS, Larry Hernández. There were so many huge groups, bro. ¿Y quién estaba encargado, bro? Me, bro. I was the one in charge, because a mí me hablaban, hey, Roka, ocupa una mesa. Güey, no tengo mesa, ¿dónde te voy a poner? Güey, búscame una mesa, te voy a pagar lo que... Mira, y te lo juro, bro, yo no agarraba dinero. Yo nunca, y le puedes preguntar si quieras, yo no agarraba dinero porque no era, it wasn't what I was about. I was really about relations and having that good chemistry with all the people that would come by, and que regresaran. Yo pensaba pues en el negocio.
O sea,
yeah,
así se le iba a pagar. For them coming back. Because of the hospitality.
Que tuviéramos trabajo. Yeah, es lo que hacíamos, bro.
Compa, I would tell these guys from Puros Compas Entertainment, I would tell them, see, you don't understand, way. When you're the table guy, you're the plug, way. I would tell Bart, I would tell Chabelo, like, because I had already gone through it with you. O sea, it was literally, when I went in there, did the manager in the daytime, and then I did the night event coordinator. Donde los lunes era karaoke night, que se ponía como un baile, güey.
Right.
Llenísimo.
No, y el domingo también había fiesta, remember?
Sunday Funday.
It was, pero ¿cuándo eran los días también there was a gay night as
Gay
well?
night was Thursday. No, Wednesday.
Oh, I thought it was Sunday. Okay.
And then Thursday was Moreno night.
Every night, bro. Every night. There was,
Except Tuesday.
Yes.
there was a party event every
Every night.
Los morenos, que no se diga, bro. I mean, se llenaban. El lugar se llenaba, bro.
Shit.
Había bastante gente. For every day, for every event, every night party, whatever there was going to be, it was a good night.
So I
good
convinced
night.
them. I convinced them, like, hey, dejen los trocas, güey. Vénganse.
Yeah.
Because technically it was going to be me and Javi Castañeda. But Javi se culió. Because he's an architect, of course.
Yeah.
Well,
So he's like, nah, fat, like, I got my career. And I'm like, fuck. Fry kind of was not, he didn't have the persona to be there, right? I remember this guy, and I'm like, pues hay que darle.
And we can't complain about. We used to get paid salary. We can't complain. We were getting a good salary. I was getting.
Shout out to Marta.
Marta Macías. Shout out.
Learned a lot from her.
Te digo una cosa, bro. Like es de como de un troquero. La gente que sabe que es troquero. Hay dinero en ese negocio. Ganas dinero semanalmente, quincena. So for her to cover that salary base for the trucking, for her to give me that to cover it. Which was okay with her. That motivated me to go ahead and move, change back into that industry. But it was good money, bro.
that's crazy. I didn't know that. I always knew you were
I had
manager there, but I never knew that
mentioned
fucking
them.
run.
Yeah.
No,
No,
wow,
bro,
It was
that's
like the fucking dynamic duo. They would call us los managers. Shout out
Ah,
para
verga.
Vero. Shout out para Vero. I mean, the thing is that everybody in there, bro, we built it was like, I don't say we, because they were already a family.
Yeah, right.
So they accepted us as like, for people to accept managers, so that's a tough job. And we got pretty accepted, I think.
Now, here goes, like I said, I'm really bad with this, pero it was a good amount of time, no? Duramos un buen tiempo.
I would
it
say
was at
maybe
least over a year, no?
Oh, yeah.
Right?
I was going to say like 2-3 years.
2-3
actually.
years, yeah. I think so. So, that
And
says
those
a
were
lot,
Those were the hot years.
Bro, pero we're
Merendero
talking
era la
about...
novedad, güey. O sea,
We're talking about grupos, bandas de alta clase. I mean, big time,
A mí me tocó ir like twice.
Tuvimos
to
a
Merendero.
en ese tiempo, cuando yo pienso que la MS iba empezando, tuvimos la MS.
we had them on a Friday.
Bro, la MS
Black
hasta
Friday.
Julián, ¿no?
We had Julián.
Come
yes,
on,
sir.
bro. Julián, eso no se presenta en
Yeah.
esos lugares.
That's where I have
at
the
least
video
not now.
singing in the parking lot.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's right
Yeah,
there in front
yeah.
of Merendero.
It goes to show you that back then, it
So
was
what year
popping.
was that? You remember what year?
No, I
Come on,
I can't help you with that.
It was
Bro.
the first time he had came out here, obviously, or something
Bro.
like that, right? Or he wasn't
It was
huge like that just yet.
in the mid 2000s, no?
I wanted to say like 20s.
05, 04? No. I'm 08. No, it wasn't 05.
What's 12 years ago?
No, it was like it was
2009?
08 is about right. 08 to 10.
Yeah,
Sí,
it's
yeah.
around there because because yo me junté ya cuando estuve, like I said, ya me separé around 2005, so this started happening after that. So we're talking about 2008,
2009, you're saying?
2009, right around there. That's when it
The thing
happened.
is that we did so much shit, way. Like as a company, once these guys, los compadres, came into the company, to Aguacate, our very first act at the new Merendero was Larry Hernandez con El Baleado,
Yes.
and on a Friday, and it was slammed, way. I mean, it was just like, for us, we were like, holy shit. We went into the office, I remember, to count the money, and we're like, what the fuck? To start off with, I don't care, we're gonna drop some numbers, Mount Verga. At that time, we paid about 18 grand, I think, for fucking Larry. That's a lot of money back in that day for
Pues
him.
nadie bajaba de menos de 15, la verdad.
En
I
aquel
mean,
entonces,
todos estaban, hasta como me acuerdo cuando teníamos al Coyote and all. I mean, at that time, it would vary, but for sure over 10 to 12 to 15,
For
the top
sure.
guys. The top guys were 15, bro.
y
All
es
the
que
time. All the
nosotros
time.
nos aventábamos con todo, güey. O sea,
Yeah.
that was always been our. And I did it with you guys at T Club.
Y si vamos a hablar al chile, como dice aquí el
Sí,
compa,
sí,
vamos a
sí,
hablar
sí.
al chile. Aquí con lo de aguacate, como ya ves que ahorita mucha gente dice, oh, pues vamos a hacer el baile con Iván Fernández. No, aquí nosotros nos rifábamos
A huevo,
nosotros.
compa,
Yeah.
a
It,
huevo.
it was
Yeah,
us, bro. Aquí no
yeah,
estábamos de
fuck
que,
yeah.
que vamos a Micha
Sí,
y
se lo
Micha con
compramos a Iván.
Se lo compramos,
Yeah,
se lo
yeah,
compramos
yeah.
Iván, pero
Pero
vamos.
nada de que porcentaje. La
Y sabe, I mean, yo me di cuenta ya ya después me di cuenta de que mucha gente a Iván como que se lo fiaban. Dice, Mokira, te vamos a dar. No, nosotros, el pinche negro a nosotros quería su feria antes que subiera. I mean, estamos hablando de todo, no estamos hablando del día del evento. Estamos hablando el jueves antes del sábado. Quería que le lleváramos el dinero allá al Aragón, sus 15, 20 mil dólares, ahí te van. Así era con nosotros,
And that,
bro.
well, that's because also we didn't know him. So there was,
Right.
we were building that trust.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But even, I mean, I guess, but I've heard many stories that nowadays, todos trabajan afiado y que pues ahí me vas pagando, pues está bien. Pero digo, en esos
Acá
tiempos
no,
está,
yeah, nosotros,
está cabrón. Yo digo, en aquellos tiempos, para estar, dropping that kind of money, it's not easy, bro. It's
Yeah.
not. But,
We did, I mean, we brought Commander, one of our anniversaries at Volcano was like Coyote, Enigma, and Roberto Tapia.
Oh, yeah. We got stories with that guy, too.
Roberto Tapia was
Oh.
another great story
Yeah.
with Edmundo,
With Edmundo, el manager.
manager.
Yeah, that was a good. I mean, like I said, these are times, brother, you're never going to forget. Son cosas, yo las llevo real, deep in my heart, because son tiempos que aunque estén, digas que son de fiesta, y la verdad, uno se la navega a veces pedo, most of the time.
Yeah.
Yo no salí músico, bro. Yo no soy músico. Mi respeto para todos esos músicos. Yo salí más en el manager side, en el kind of handling the money kind of part, pero uno sabe cómo se mueven las cosas por estar involucrado en el mismo rollo, but bro, it was a good time. I mean, I remember, when we brought Roberto Tapia en ese tiempo. Roberto Tapia no quería estar en el hotel allá because they had him down over in O'Hare, in the Sheridan,
yeah.
Sheridan, que es donde todos ponen. Él nomás lo hablaba, y en ese tiempo a mi compa Luis y a nosotros me hablaba, hey, vengan por mí, quiero unos mariscos, vámonos para downtown, I want to go to Michigan Avenue to go get some. Bro, hasta una vez, fíjate nomás, una vez I had to go to work on Monday in the trucks. Dije, no, y me le iba a pelar, pero tenían una tocada el domingo, Roberto Tapia, y ese domingo dijo, no, ni madres, güey, tú te vas a quedar con nosotros, vamos a ir a la tocada. No, güey, es que yo tengo que ir a jalar. Ni madres, güey, no. Bro, I was in shorts, I think I was like in jeans and a t-shirt. Me dijo, mira, güey, te doy mi camisa, güey, take my black shirt, wear it, nomás me la entregas al fin del baile, güey, porque yo la tengo que usar next weekend. It was like an express black shirt. Pero para que me preste su camisa, güey, para que vaya con él, so we can be there with him, bro.
Yeah.
It's just like, those are memories, bro. Like, no mames, ahí estábamos.
They
Pues,
wanted you to come so bad. and
yeah,
take your
because
shirt.
we were right. If it wasn't him riding with us, with Louis and me, it would be more like he would have to ride with the vans, or with whatever Ivan would provide for him,
Yeah.
Pero he's like, I don't want to fucking deal with that.
Yeah.
Yo quiero estar con algo más a
Cómodo.
gusto,
Yeah.
So they no, vénganse, vámonos que para acá y que para allá. Bro, he would call us every time he would come over here because quería estar en el desmadre por acá. Yeah.
And this is coming from a guy, and I'm going to reiterate, but This is my compadre who had absolutely zero experience in music, bro. Zero. Um, and became or has become uh, a very business uh, person, individual, and not just music, but even now that he handles his trucking business because he went back to trucking. But from the whole Aguacate, the years that we did do it, it was a great experience. Nunca hubo un mal acuerdo. Nunca hubo una. I'm not gonna say there was never an argument because I remember when we took the Chicago project on the road and we went to fucking Georgia y se pusieron pedos y unos güeyes se querían venir y otros güeyes se querían quedar. You might not remember that, but it was with Beto. Shout out to Beto Camacho. I gotta
To
get
where? To Georgia.
Georgia,
yeah,
remember?
Yeah, yeah.
And then we went, like, it was not a good weekend or whatever. It was not a good day. And, you know, Beto wanted to party and,
Oh, yeah.
and you guys wanted to
Always.
party. We're like, nah, let's get the fuck out. And a little bit of a fucking let's not go, let's stay kind of shit. And I
Wow,
think
those
half the
times,
guys
bro.
came and then the other half, the partier
Party.
stayed.
Se
Yeah,
quedó el compa Roka.
of course.
Es a huevo.
I mean, but it was just like simple shit like that. Like, again, we were young and
No, pero mi compa Beto, olvídate, saludos a mi compa Beto. Man, that's what I mean. Like, there's so many
Shout
people
out,
I would love to
Beto.
shout out, bro. I would love to send shout
Shout
outs
them out,
to all
yeah,
these
like
people,
that.
pero es que tanta gente, bro, que se olvida. Y no lo digo en esa forma de, you know, propotente, como se diga, pero más que nada es que en ese negocio tú conoces mucha gente, you know,
bueno.
y como a Beto. Man,
you
esa
guys
es la
brought in
verdad.
Beto to Aguacate, right?
We did, yeah. We brought Beto in, pero eso es another guy. He's a real man, great friend, and saludos a mi compita Beto. Y we would go to Atlanta, bro, because he has a lot of family out there. Y
Ahora en
hacíamos
Dalton,
bailes.
para la gente de
Yeah,
Dalton, por si
de
escucha.
Dalton, yeah, bro, a lot of family. Íbamos a hacer. We did a few bailes over there in that place. Remember that one hall that he had over there, family members.
Of course, we took fucking Azabache and we took we took the Chicago project out there
It wasn't
and we took este chavo Noel Torres.
Noel Torres. I was gonna say,
that
yeah.
one got crazy. Remember that one?
Like-
La gente encima and
Sí.
you know we
Yeah.
didn't know anybody, of course, and we're like the fucking security at the same time. And
It's pretty tough.
but it was just about, you know, the one thing that I love about working with you guys at that time, and then it just became an Aguacate thing, was just that, yeah, we made money, but we were all into like reinvesting that money. Yeah, even if it was another big fucking baile, like a darle, güey. Very, very little fear. En aquel entonces usaban mucho el commander, decía cero miedo. And that was literally our fucking thing, güey. Like cero miedo, güey. Like, all right, fuck it, let's do it. All right, fuck it, let's do it. Like, muy pocas veces nos echamos para atrás, si acaso.
Right.
From there, I'm gonna kind of skip over just more years of doing bailes and como cualquier cosa. We went through a struggle time. I think there was a particular time that we did an anniversary at Tequilas and it was dead, and it was our anniversary. After years of having a lot of good success, you know, como todo, you know, empieza a caer poquito. Everybody gets older. Your crowd moves on, and then you know, we decided to go to El Rey, and that's a whole nother chapter. Which soon we'll have Alex Garza on here as well to talk about El Rey days.
So, but I wasn't. Yeah,
You were not there
Yeah,
anymore.
I was already. I already had entered a different chapter in my life.
Yeah.
Ya eso ya se había quedado atrás porque.
So
this
that's where I'm
whole-
going, right?
Yeah, this whole Aguacate thing. When I was involved, it was all about Merendero. That's it. It was 31st and Cicero, and it was Merendero. And then this was when we started moving away from Merendero. This is when we
Because you were
started.
still there when we did Volcan.
Yes,
with
yes,
our
yes, I
boy
was
Caesar,
there.
Big
Yes,
Dog.
yes, I was there. Yes, but this is when that's exactly the time that things started not falling through anymore, and
Yeah.
we started going in different ways, and that's when I,
So my compa ended up at those times. Se empezó a hacer un grupo that I still haven't had the luck to have them on the Guac Pod, que son los compas de Estilo Especial. At that time se estaba saliendo Robert y Héctor de Horóscopos.
right,
And they were already doing like the huevos con chorizo
right.
project.
Y les digo sinceramente, yo ni los conocía. I didn't even know Robert because I knew Carlos. I know him really good from the Aguacate and the people that he would hang out with. Pero lo que es Robert, como
Oh,
él
so you
está-
didn't know him for
no,
shit,
I
compa?
didn't know him because I didn't know him because he was on tour, you know, with the whole horóscopo thing. So
Yeah.
yo nunca lo conocí. So yo conocí a Robert y a todos los de Estilo Especial. Pues at that time ni era Estilo Especial, era huevo con chorizos.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying.
I get a kick out of every time I hear that shit. A
Huevos con
fucking
chorizo?
group name, Huevos con Chorizo. No,
Yeah.
It was just for
that's
fun, bro.
badass.
It was just for
Yeah,
fun,
yeah,
and then
yeah.
then
But
they
what
got
it turned
serious.
into, what it all turned into, o sea, then viene Estilo Especial, which is fucking
Right, and then that's
was
when.
huge.
And then that's when they did Estilo Especial. I mean, I hope they bring it up the day that we have them on because I'm not lying, right? Like when Estilo Especial, excuse me, se hizo, they came to Aguacate at that time to ask us to help.
Right. Well, that's how I ended up there.
Correct.
Right.
And then at that time, I remember that compadre is like, well, I don't know anything about this shit.
I
Like,
had
well, I'll
no
help
idea,
you.
bro.
I'll
I
help
had no
you. At
idea.
that time, you were living, I think, right at my house.
Okay.
When Estilo Especial.
Well, I know that this is when the whole Merendero thing just we got out and we finished that top part of our lives, and I went back to trucking, bro. I went back to the dump trucks. Pero at that, once you come back, you need to work your way up. So it wasn't like, oh, you got your job back to what you used to make a certain amount of money. No, la chingada. Ahora you're gonna make, you're gonna make whatever we give you. Yeah. And I wasn't making enough. So I'm like, I need to start making more money. And this is when this opportunity came up.
Yeah.
And I was still part of Aguacate. And it's like, well, you know what? You can make some money if you manage groups. Were you down? I was like, bro, you tell me what I need to do, and I'm all for it. Pero ¿de qué se trata el negocio? No, just don't throw me to the wolves, and I don't know what's going on, So,
I
but
threw
he
him to
told
the
me.
wolves.
He did, but
Okay.
you know what, though? You did, it's a
But
whole...
he could handle it.
Of course. Yeah, whatever he couldn't handle was going to be, whatever he didn't know was going to be on the spot. Prior to that, I would handle like the contract part. But whatever issues he was going to have,
Ahí en el
and with
pedo.
anybody else, that goes for like Josh and Abel and you, because Bart's somebody that wants to come into that
Industry.
area. The problems are at the gig, compa, right? Like everything before is already taken care of. Like the problem is like que te llegan tarde, que
Exactly.
que la gente está enojada,
Well,
que el sonido.
no nomás es well, besides the fact que te llegan tarde, deja de eso, son dos aspectos, yo le pongo. Primero que nada, estás hablando del evento, del venue, de que llegas, que sabes que está bien muerto, que a ver, no te vamos a pagar igual, y ahora tú siendo el manager, tú tienes que platicarle a los empleados, a los guys del grupo, decirle, hey, pues mira, cabrones, así está el rollo. ¿Quieren trabajar? ¿Va a haber tanto? ¿No va a haber igual lo mismo? Y ahora, a mí yo siento que donde yo me la pasé un poquito más difícil es que porque estos monos no son cualquier monos, bro. No son unos chavos que van
Nuevos.
empezando.
Yeah.
These guys ya tenían su colmillo, ya vienen de un grupo grande.
Yeah.
Y ellos ya vienen, no, pues yo quiero mi paga. Yo no sé cómo le va a hacer, pero yo quiero mi paga. So ahí es donde a mí se me decía más cabrón, bro, porque dije, ¿y ahora qué voy a hacer? Pero las cosas pasan de una manera extraña, bro. They work out, bro. They do. Eventually, even if it was a bad venue, we would do it. They would understand. They were good, bro. Estilo Especial, they were good about that. About they just wanted the exposure. They really wanted to get out there, and
How many
which was
years you
great.
do? How many years you do it during this estilo?
With Estilo?
Yeah.
I know it wasn't more than 2. It was between a year and a half, maybe a year and a half, because, well, we had the guys and they ended up signing with Terrazas, José Luis Terrazas from Montez, y es cuando yo me abrí, porque pues ya no me iban a ocupar, porque ya van a estar con
They had new.
they got a new whole system over there, so yo, ¿qué iba a hacer? So es cuando yo me abrí, pero es cuando Roberto Marín, Robert, that's when he came to me,
Shout out, Cuzzy.
he's like, saluditos a todos, también los de Estilo, bro, saludos a todos los guys. That's when Robert said, you know what? And me sacó de onda, porque yo la verdad, to me, in my head, I'm out. This is it. I'm not coming back to this life. This is it. I'm done with
You
this.
just figured, well, the group's gonna continue
Right.
under Terrazas.
Exactly.
But he pretty much came up to me and said, compa, I think I'm done. Like, why? What do they need me for?
Right. And it happens that Robert came to me and is like, hey, bro, ¿cómo ves? Let's start our own little project. And I was like, what do you mean? He was like, Rob's like, hey, let's I don't want to do that, bro. I don't want to go over the road. I don't want to. I did that already, and I'm done with that part of my life. I want to start something fresh, something new with me, and I want you to be part of it. I want you to manage it, and I want you. Let's start it. Like let's do the whole como se dice, the whole tryouts and find guys and like let them try out for the group and whoever making a band type stuff. And he was like, so, no, pues órale pues. I'm like, I was excited. I mean, to this day it gives me goosebumps, bro.
Puff
Because
Daddy as fuck.
Because
Making
bro,
the band.
because yeah, exactly,
Yes.
And at that time, it was still part of Aguacate. When Estilo left, we were still there. Because I remember in the beginning of Escuela, we were there.
bro. Right.
I remember that. I remember that when he wanted to register the name, he came up to me and Louis at the time and said, "Hey, let's register the name, like 50-50."
Right. Who is you talking about? Estilo?
No, I'm talking about Escuela now.
Oh, Escuela. Yeah.
And I remember that I said no. I said I was the one that said no. That's your shit. Like I wouldn't want to take your name, kind of thing.
Yeah, see, I wasn't in those pláticas, but I mean, I know that we were looking, bro. These guys, I'll tell you, and I'll tell you, number one, I was the last person or the least person, in a fan of Omar, bro. Te lo digo la neta. I was against Omar, bro. No me gustaba la vibra, because we were trying guys out. And Omar no lo conocía. And I'm talking about Omar Marro from Escuela Rancho. I wasn't a fan, bro. I wasn't. No es porque no lo conocía, pero para mí la voz no sé, no me daba. And he was young. He was super young,
He was young.
Y salió de, ¿qué grupo salió? La de
Pedazo.
Pedazo. De ahí salió. Y la neta, it wasn't it, pero Robert really, really liked it. He liked where it was going. Y mis respetos para Roberto, porque él sabe lo que hace, Y dije, no, bro, fíjate, nomás aguanta. And at that time, pero olvídate, pinche, la voz de Omar a mí personalmente se hizo, con el tiempo, creció a ser una pinche chingonería. Con todos mis respetos, I have a lot of respect for Omar,
Fuck
He has a really great
Totally
voice.
his own style.
He has his own style,
yeah,
exactly.
yeah,
He has
yeah,
his
yeah.
own little style.
It's him.
Right,
It's him, bro.
exactly. Y eso se respeta, se respeta porque,
huevo.
porque pues muchos, they sound what they have their own.
Originality, bro.
Yeah, bro. And
Authenticity.
but at first, honest truth, it wasn't there. It wasn't. He was young. That his voice was young, but he got to that level, man. And I'm glad I listened to Robert. And then whatever, we got the group going, and that's where we ended up now. After that,
How many years you do Escuela?
oh man, Escuela
Because
was.
I think Escuela, me looking at it from the outside, knowing you your whole life, because I was studying compa Bardo. There's very few people that I talk to on a daily way, but you're one of them.
For
For
sure.
like the last years, way.
Yeah.
Plural.
Yeah.
Like on a day, like literal Monday through Friday, way.
Right.
And,
We do. We talk about everything. I mean, anything.
Since back then,
Yeah. A lot of naked girls and pictures, that we talk about. No tenga miedo, compa. No tenga miedo, compa. It's a
Compa,
guy.
por como se nos ha casado,
Hey, compa,
compa.
it's a guy talk. It's guy
Ya
talk,
valió
compa.
madre.
Damn it,
Yo sé
Ya
que
valió madre.
compa, yo sé que está
Babe,
casado,
esta
pero no
vaina me
pasa
está haciendo
nada,
de pedo.
compa. No pasa
Es que
nada,
como a usted no
compa.
le pegan, compa.
Compa, no tenga. No,
Hijo de
usted
la
siempre.
chingada.
Compa,
Sí
siempre me
le
dice que
pegan,
usted es de
sí le
Michoacán y que no tiene miedo. No tenga miedo, compa.
Compa ya es de Durango.
Oh,
Ese güey ya es de Durango. Ese güey ya no es de Michoacán.
Nah, pero sí hablamos de todo.
Hablamos un poco de
y
todo.
Escuela was when my compadre took.
I know it's hot, compa, but why you sweating, nigga?
I would
I'm
even
just
say.
playing.
I would even say that that's where he took a step where I couldn't help or I couldn't give him advice because those were uncharted territories for me. When he went on tour.
But no,
Never-
but that's already But
Yeah.
everything I learned, I know, no lie. I mean, everything you threw my way, and somehow I would manage to figure out how to handle it. It's because I'll give you a small little scenario. Una vez estaba en una fiesta privada allá para el norte en la lake con estilo especial. Y fíjate que de que estando ahí en la tocada, listos, yo ni sabía qué onda y estaba bien verde en ese tiempo. El cantante, que en ese tiempo era el Fly, y Hector, el de la batería, en estilo especial, se agarraron, bro. Se agarraron de las greñas y el Fly, pélate. I'm out, bro. I'm out. Allí en la tocada, bro. Before they start, before they even go, we're setting up the speakers and the consola. ¿Y qué está pasando? No, bro. Como te digo, yo yo haciendo mi jale, bro. Yo concentrado en conectar todos los cables para que todo. Yo estoy verde, bro. Y que se agarran, ya estaban, yo creo que ya tenían algo. Y el fly walks out the door, bro. No, yo no voy a tocar. Y ahora, ¿qué está pasando, bro? Y ahí, of course, el manager es el que tiene que arreglar todo. Y ahí estoy, pero sin saber qué está pasando, bro. Sin saber, ahí estoy. ¿Y ahora qué chingas voy a hacer? No, pues ahí voy para afuera, bro. Atrás del fly, bro. Ahí voy atrás del fly. Hey, ¿qué onda? ¿Qué está pasando? Y, nah, estaba a desagusto, bro. Estaba a desagusto. Había un malentendido y que no sé qué, pero al fin del día lo calmé. He went outside. He took a little breather. And, excuse me. And, he calmed down y se metió para atrás, and we talked it over, yeah, after the gig, but things happen. It's family, bro. It's family. Like uno puede, hasta con su propia familia allá en la casa, nos pasa, nos peleamos con los carnales y es igual. Allí tuvo un malentendido. No pasa nada, yo tuve que ir a calmar a uno, calmar al otro, sin saber qué está pasando. Y hasta la fecha no sé qué pasó, pero lo que sí tuve que meterlos y que tocaran. So we got out of the gig, bro, tocaron y son cositas así, bro, que uno no sabe ni en qué se está metiendo. Personalmente, como uno de manager, bro, de que, bro, estoy bien verde para esto. Póngale que tengo ni 6 meses con el grupo apenas aprendiendo. Yo nomás iba y cobraba y les pagaba. Y si me iba bien, bro, I'll take some money. Y si me iba bien, porque a veces yo nomás para que ellos estén contentos, órale, váyanse para la casa. And it's the truth, bro. I'll tell you, sin pelos en la lengua.
My first little gig with compa at Mansion, Sexteño. Remember?
They had the set before they had gotten into it too. And
My
guys?
first day, compa, yeah.
And they were like, nah, fuck that. We're not gonna go.
Yeah, these motherfuckers weren't showing up. Yeah,
it was his very first gig. I told him, hey, wait, heads up, güey. Estos güeyes vienen
No.
vienen peleados, güey.
Yeah,
He got lucky,
todo
nothing
se arregló.
Everything got settled.
Pero it
Before they
happens,
get-
bro. But it happens. Te digo,
Awesome.
we're all, at the end of the day, somos una familia, bro. Like, every group's una familia. Y aunque no estemos, ponle que cualquier grupo que estés, uno se conoce, y nos ayudamos unos con nosotros. Si un grupo saxteño is missing a sax guy or la batería, pues ahí vas a hablarle a otro grupo. Hey, ¿están jalando? Échame la mano. Se ayudan. Es una comunidad, bro.
You know
la
what's
verdad.
crazy about that gig though? Que they fucking jammed. Y venían, like, they jammed hard, güey.
Y hay
They
veces
jammed
que
hard as fuck.
necesita
Yeah, and
calentitos.
según venían bien enojados los culeros.
Sometimes you need a little fucking kick in the ass
Oh,
just
yeah,
to get it going,
for
too.
sure. Oh, yeah. No. Y de manager vas a aprender, bro. Vas a aprender que hay mañas que tú los puedes animar.
Yeah.
Yo te digo una cosa, bro. A lo de Escuela de Rancho, yo siempre les llevaba un 12, un 6, un 12 de cervezas y al cantante un 2 shots, bro. Con eso, bro, los relajaba, tocaban como nuevos los cabrones siempre, bro. Son mañas, bro. Son mañas que uno aprende. Que tú de manager vas viendo. I mean, maybe you got young guys, pero saxteños they're older guys. Yeah.
I got you, Zah.
You know, bro.
These guys are just smokers.
Oh, well, there you go. That's a new thing, right?
Show with
Smoking.
the little fucking toquecito.
Los veo un poco
Zah.
estresados. Ahí les da un toque.
Hijos de la
Qué
verga,
chingados.
pónganse vergas.
Sorry, bro. So I changed it all up.
No, it's all
I went
good.
back to
Hell yeah. No. Where I was going with the whole Escuela was just the fact that you decided in your personal life to just take a bigger step. O sea, you, years into Escuela as a band, you decided to make it a legit business. You decided to invest big money. You decided to go on tour.
Well,
How at that time, I'm going to take you back to that time. How
It-
crazy does it seem, or how normal was it for you to?
It didn't start that way. And I'm honest truth, in my mind, it was just another project, bro. It was just otro grupo que vamos a empezar y cada quien se les va a pagar y echar para adelante.
Of course.
Pero Roberto es especial, bro. Roberto quiere sus maneras y se mete en su mente su manera de trabajar. Y pues la verdad, yo respeto mucho eso. Yo le daba por su lado y todo hasta la fecha. Olvídate, es un hermano mío, bro. Y él tenía la visión de hacer como Y ahí me, y
I
ahí
was
me,
about to say,
y ahí
Cuzzy's
me,
a fucking visionary.
y, y-
Yeah,
y-
Cuzzy's a
y-
fucking
y ahí me
visionary.
miras a mí como pendejo, güey, con todo respeto, pero me vieran ahí con cámaras grabando cuando van entrando. Bro, they're out there, bro.
Oh my god, bro!
Bro.
I was about to say that.
Bro,
I
bro.
fucking love that story about how you guys were saying when you guys were fucking
We're,
the vlogging or
Yes,
sea, you guys
we were
were
trying
trying
to-
to vlog y que ahí va en
Hey,
chinga
bro,
Roka
y-
with the camera.
Y te digo una cosa,
That's
bro.
badass, güey.
So, yo hasta la fecha, te digo, yo ni sé qué chingas es un pinche blog. La pinche palabrita hasta suena raro, güey, para decirte.
Blog.
Pero te lo digo porque that's what Rob tried to do, and I didn't know what he was trying to do. So, a mí me decía Robert, hey, just get as much footage as you can, record us walking in. So, ahí me ves como el mencito atrás del grupo, güey, grabando con una pinche little camera de los Sony that just flips.
Huevo.
We're not,
Yes.
we invested into a camera. We did as much as we could, and we got a lot of footage, and we try to at least Robert tried, because I didn't know what I was doing. And to this day, I don't know what's going on. Pero there's a lot of media, bro, a lot of stuff recorded de que Roberto tiene, and from Escuela when we started, bro. It's pretty crazy. It is. But I would just back up the guys, and as you were saying, when we started, it really I didn't see it like that.
That wasn't the plan.
No, para nada.
Because when you guys toured, that was when you guys were.
We're talking
Recodo,
about
no?
5-6 years
Recodo,
later.
but that
Yeah.
was with Recodo, right?
That was
Ah,
Recodo.
man.
Pero yeah,
mames,
so
casi nada.
in the beginning we just started, bro. We just started our like regular, group aquí local. Pero como Roberto pues viene de buena historia, right off the bat, el debut was in O'Merrill's Park on North Avenue.
Kailin, yeah.
Kailin. Exactly. Y bro, packed house for the first official event to launch this group. I mean, come on, like para un grupo local, con todo respeto
Salió
a todos los
con
grupos,
todo.
¿quién chingados quién va a hacer un grupo así y se va a llenar la casa con la primera tocada? So yeah, right off the bat, ya iban pues, había potencial en ese grupo, bro, para hacer algo grande. So that's why when we started seeing like, let's get gigs, let's book, and we started working, bro, hard. We started working lots of hours, bro, para decirte de que mínimo por fin de semana, y estamos hablando empezando de miércoles. We would work every day we could, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. We're talking about 18 hours, bro, 15 to 18 hours on the weekends, So it's a lot of work, bro, a lot of work, and ahí estábamos, y yo también, muchos, no sé si todos trabajaban, pero yo sí trabajaba en las trocas todavía, y en chinga, ahí estábamos. But it was a good time, bro, good time, great memories, the best. Pero that was that for the beginning, the first 3-4 years, where cuando vimos que sí había esa potencial para hacer algo grande, pues nos aventamos, bro. We did it, and it's es otra etapa, es otra experiencia que no dinero no hay, pero te digo una cosa, una experiencia que nunca te olvidas, bro. En la carretera viviendo con tus hermanos, en la carretera y echándole chingazos, bro. No sería con Recodo, bro. Estando con Recodo, y yo preocupado porque, pues Recodo, ya ves, Recodo primero se pagan ellos, ellos, y lo que quede, lo extra, los dólares que te queden, ahí te va para ti. De buena suerte, pues teníamos un contrato que los iban a pagar tanto dinero, y no era mucho, era $2,500 por tocada, bro. So that's not a lot. De nomás de ir de aquí a Chicago, a California, te chingabas tanto pinche gas, y luego para que llegues a una tocada y te den 2,500, y los garantizaban 2 tocadas en el fin, a lo mejor 3. So pues, una el viernes, una el sábado, y a lo mejor el domingo, o vice versa, sábado y domingo. So estamos hablando bien poco dinero, bro, pero era para darle, exposure al grupo, to go out there, And bro, it was good, it was good. We had a great time, bro, great memories, que no se diga Gordo y la Flaca, Don Francisco, pero todos esos programas, that we were with, Don Francisco was already, I think, gone at the time. Pero, we did a lot of those shows, bro, Univision or whatever. And it was a good time, bro. It was a good experience, bro, la verdad. Y le echamos ganas, bro. Pero no había dinero. Aquí en Chicago es donde estaba el dinero. Like, locally,
Locally working,
14, 15, 18 hours on the weekends. No bajaban los chavos, bro. No bajaban de 1,200 a 1,300 por semana. Y si no trabajaban, pues es lo que ganaban. Y si trabajaban, pues lo que ganaban, That's a little extra, bro.
Yeah,
So they were making money. The guy, for sure. Pero así son las cosas. Todo se acaba.
And then that came to and the whole tour thing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, el contrato con lo de Recodo eran 3 meses y es lo que yo aguanté. Like, yo después de eso, I've always been very business, you know, or not oriented, pero ganas de negocio. I would always like to work for myself. That's what I've always been about. I don't like to make the rich man richer. I like to do my own thing. And at that time, bro, I had hair salons at that time. Believe it or
Oh
not.
shit! I forgot
Yeah,
about that.
yeah, bro.
Compa had fucking hair salon.
I had 2 hair salons, bro, and I'm not talking about barbershops, hair salon, women things. So imagínate, I had to deal with the women, I had to deal with that issue. I had one up in Bridgeview and one up in the north side on North Avenue. So, bro, it's a lot, bro. I had a lot going on. That's why I got out, to be honest.
That's badass.
Yeah, bro. I got out because I couldn't handle it. I had too much work here. And dije, you know what? I'm out, guys. So yo duré 3 meses en el tour y ellos le siguieron después. Y es cuando, they kept going and I had to get out, bro. Yeah.
Compa, you were already out when the accident happened then?
Yeah, I was already out for almost a year. Almost a year.
Shit.
Yeah, yeah. So, because I got out like in March, April, and the accident happened in the winter, like in December, January. Algo así. That's when the accident happened. And I mean, I got the, never gonna forget. Never gonna forget. It's because, like I tell you, bro, uno se hacen hermanos, son unas vidas que tú vives y que nunca se te va a olvidar. Y I got the call at 4:30 in the morning. De lo que había pasado y luego pues me llegó they woke me up, I was sleeping and me llegó el chingazo de que el primo había fallecido, bro. So what the fuck, I'm just estoy dormido. ¿Cómo me va a llegar esta noticia? So me paro y vámonos para Loyola Hospital, y ahí es cuando encontré a todos y es cuando me di cuenta, pero ya no estaba con ellos, bro. Y ahí estaba el otro. So el señor Marcos. ¿Se recuerda el señor Marcos? El señor Marcos, ese nos lo jalamos. I don't know if la gente que conoció a Marcos. Marcos trabajó con la Recodo por 15 años, bro. Ese señor. Mis respetos para el señor. Si escucha el WAP, un saludazo, bro. Es un señor muy, muy, muy a todo dar. Siempre se portó muy bien conmigo. Y el señor nos lo jalamos de la Recodo para acá, bro. Para que veas. Yo creo que el señor se quería venir para los Estados Unidos. I mean, estaba en los Estados Unidos.
This is when you were on tour with them.
This is when I was on tour.
Ahí lo conocieron, digo.
Ahí lo conocimos y platicamos del sonido de Recodo. Pues el que se encargaba de todos los wireless mics and everything. Él nomás llegaba, tenía todo listo para la Recodo. Llegaba, pum, pum, le ponía todos a los monos. Órale, ahí te va, tu wireless mic. Y cada quien hay personal que se encarga de una parte del sonido y él se encargaba de eso. Y we hit it off, bro. Hey, ¿qué está haciendo? Vamos a comer por ahí. Órale, ya está. Pues nos la vivíamos con la Recodo, bro. So ahí estábamos en los mismos hoteles. So vámonos a comer, órale. Y empezamos a cotorrear con él. ¿Y qué? No te vienes, vente para acá. Aquí te pagamos salario, la chingada. Bro, el señor como que estaba esperando que alguien le dijera. Se jaló así. Para decirte que we didn't even believe it. No lo creímos que se iba a venir para acá. Porque estaba para jalar de volada. Y yo like, no, yo estoy para jalar, en serio. Ya tengo aquí 15 años y de aquí ya no voy a subir. Y aquí llegué al límite. A la madre, dije, pues. Y luego dice, yo le veo mucho potencial a ustedes. Le veo que tienen muchas ganas, tan jóvenes. Recodo is huge, don't get me wrong. Los patrones, pero lo que tiene él es de que yo creo que a su nivel donde estaba ya no iba a subir más, So él quería seguir adelante y so yeah, bro, he came over here. So that's kind of fue otra razón de que yo me salí con esa
It was kind of like a easier way to get out, right?
Oh yeah, a lot easier.
Y que no te quede la conciencia like I'm out y no te sin nadie.
Exactly. I felt good because tiene experiencia, tiene mucha experiencia. Si yo me salgo, se los voy a dejar con Marcos y Marcos se va a encargar, Y sí, dicho y hecho, él se encargó, él fue el manager. Que yo lo miraba representando al grupo all the time, So, qué bueno, It was a good time.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was there. He obviously también he got hurt in that crash.
Yeah, really bad.
Yeah.
He was one of the really bad ones. Him and Omar. Omar got really hurt too. I think he broke a hip, a leg, a knee or something. Y él se lastimó la cintura completamente. So it was bad. Pero yeah, bro. I mean, we were there. When that happened. Even at that, years down the road, I went back. With Escuela. After that.
That's where I was going next.
Yeah.
You ended up going. A couple years after that, you went back.
Yeah, a couple years after that, I went back, but only for like 6 months. I would only, no. it wasn't too much more that I went back. Yeah.
El compa Roka como que no se llena, right? He leaves something, he goes back. Restaurant business, out, back.
compa, es
Trucking,
que-
out, back. Managing, out,
¿Y
back.
sabes qué, bro? Damn, bro.
Ah,
¿Sabes
we
que
can let it ride already?
mucha gente me ha dicho eso en mi vida? Hasta mi jefe.
Oh, shit.
My dad. Hey, ya cabrón, ya siéntate, ya cálmate, bro. All the time, bro. All the
That's
time.
never
Y
comfortable.
les decía, pa, es que, ¿sabes qué? Me salen oportunidades. Y dije, sí, cabrón, pero tú tienes... Siempre te salen las oportunidades y nunca las aprovechas. Aprovechalas y ya quédate con esa carrera and just stick with it. You know, pero siempre... De una a la otra, de otra, you know, always jumping around. They're right. I did a lot of it, pero ya, primero Dios, ya estamos ahorita sentaditos y ya.
Right now, he's a multi-millionaire, owns 5 fucking trucks,
Nada que ver, compa, nada que ver.
international,
Nada que ver.
RM trucking.
Hay unas troquitas que tenemos
But
ahí
he's still
trabajando.
back again.
And
Back
now,
to trucks, but that's my bread and butter. Trucking is what, la verdad que ahí sí se me ha
You
dejado,
enjoy
gracias a
it,
Dios, sí me ha dejado dinero. I mean, gracias a Dios, sí,
Saludos
sí me ha
a
ido
todos los
bien.
troqueros.
A
que
todos
nos
los
están-
troqueros
que nos están
yeah, out
oyendo
there, bro.
ahorita.
¿cuántos pinches músicos te topas, güey? El pinche las
Híjole,
trocas.
a
músico
todos,
troquero, hay
todos son
un
troqueros.
chingo, ¿verdad?
Todos son
Everyone, right?
troqueros, bro. Everybody's, they're all in the dump, especially in the
Yeah.
dump. Es que se presta, bro. Se presta al dump because, you know, you work 3, 4, maybe
not all
5
the
days
time,
a
right?
week. Y órale a tocar el fin de semana. Y si quieres agarrar el lunes porque estás desvelado del domingo, te lo dan. El dump es rough, bro.
Pinche primo anda en el
Why
dump
is it?
ahorita.
Is it flexible or what?
It's not that es que you can get covered right away.
Sometimes it's weather permitted too, right? Depending on
Exactly.
what you're
Oh, que
doing
no se diga.
también.
Si llueve, no hay
off.
trabajo.
Mi pinche
Yeah.
primo. Shout out mi primo Mario.
Yeah, bro.
Duke
Si llueve
105,
poquito.
que anda ahí en el dump, el compa.
Y luego, you know,
siempre.
this is why I got out of that. I got out of it because in the winter no hay jale. Todos te dicen que va a haber trabajo. No hay jale, bro. No hay jale en el invierno. Yo dije, ya me cansé. So ya, I do
Entonces,
different.
aparte de los cuadros, ¿qué otra cosa mueves?
Nada que ver, compadre. Nada que, ¿cómo crees?
Hell yeah, I think that one was true. Fucking
No,
Roka started
no,
just
se
puso
putting-
rojo a la
yeah,
chica.
they're getting
Es
you
la
back for
luz.
busting them out right
Es
now.
la luz, es la luz. No, nada que ver, compa, cálmese. Así empiezan los rumores,
¿Qué,
compa,
qué más
cálmese.
está moviendo usted ahí a la chingada?
No, I do dry vans, compa, like just cajas, y yo muevo de todo lo que pienses. I mean,
Cajas.
de-
Usted le vale verga que vienen adentro de las cajas, ¿verdad, compa?
Usted nomás dígame para dónde tengo que entregarla y es todo. Yo nomás voy. Yeah, pero we work regional, like around the Chicago, Illinois states.
Midwest, yeah.
So Midwest, exactly. And we go and come back, and that's what I do. That's exactly what we're just like a little small family-owned business, bro. La
Yeah.
verdad. Pero a gustos, bien a gustos, tranquilos. Y nos deja para los frijoles y el queso y con eso tenemos, bro.
Nice.
Y la carnita
Hablando de
también,
frijoles,
no la
y
haga
que,
de
last
pedo.
time I was remembering you, compa. Me and compa, when we were roommates, we would, en las noches de pobreza nos íbamos al Paco's Tacos. I was just talking to Paco's Tacos.
yeah, we-
Yes.
Y nos ordenábamos un side of frijoles y chicharrón, ¿se acuerda? We would literally go in there and eat tacos de chicharrón con frijoles.
Compa,
Y salsita.
hasta la fecha,
Swear to God,
cada
güey.
vez que voy y me ordeno un taco de chicharrón, me acuerdo a ver si le topa de pinches Pacos tacos. Because those tacos were good, bro. Those tacos. Y siempre me acuerdo.
You gotta go to La Gloria. I just went to La Gloria and
Oh,
they
okay.
have the chicharrón with carne.
Oh, yeah.
It's on Tuesdays, though. You gotta go on
No,
Tuesdays.
ya ves. No, pues.
Good shit.
Good
Compa,
stuff.
and then being that you were involved in the music, I would say somewhere along the lines of like 10 years then.
Yeah.
Does that sound about right?
About right, yeah. Y te digo, ya cuando, gracias a Dios, la verdad, me dio la oportunidad de empezar un proyecto de la compañía que tengo, es familiar, y ahí trabajamos bien a gusto, y desde entonces yo dije, that's it. Aquí me voy a quedar, como todos dicen, te la pasas brincando de trabajo en trabajo. Ok, aquí me voy a quedar. Y ¿sabes qué? Nos ha ido bien, estamos a gusto trabajando. Ya no le voy a mover, bro. Ya aquí, that's it. Ya no me voy a mover, ya no me voy a meter en el ambiente de la música. I'm out. Y what just happened, compa?
Well, now we go into, recently,
Another etapa, yeah.
another etapa, in which we go into, my compa Fry had just done a photo shoot on Tuesday. It doesn't matter what day because that's what I salida, but he had a photo shoot with Rascando Madera,
Yes, bro. Yes,
which
yes.
is it's gonna be my compa Roka's next project with
Back again.
his son Jacob.
Back
Yeah,
again.
bro, ¿cómo ves, bro?
¿Cómo ves?
I love it. I love it.
¿Quién iba a pensar, bro,
I
la
fucking
verdad?
love it, especially after everything I just heard.
It doesn't make sense. We
You
just
can't. You
talked
can't
about
get
it.
out. You
Right.
can't get out. Compa. Like,
Bro,
It's part of you, güey.
It's
part of you.
Mira,
Nomás estoy esperando que me diga cuándo va a entrar Aguacate ahí, compa.
Bro. Mira, ¿sabes qué?
¿Cuándo
Mi
me lo va a
morro,
dejar aquí encargados?
mi morro y sus amigos, Randu toca el bass y David, saluditos a David y Randu. David es el
Saludos,
requinteo
mocos.
y mi morro al cantante.
Young ass guys too.
Young, bro. 16 years old. Randu he's 17. Pero young kids, bro. Super young. They're Sabo kids, so they're,
Yo no
very...
sabo.
¿Cómo?
Yo no
Oh,
sabo.
¿Cómo se dice? ¿No sabo?
Sabo.
Yo no sabo.
Oh, yo no sabo. Así se dice. Okay. So young.
I was gonna ask Compa, what the fuck is that? Sabo kids.
What country are they from?
Oh, yo no sabo.
¿Dónde vergas queda Sabo?
Fíjate, bro, these kids are born and raised in Chicago, bro. No, hablan muy poco español, pero ahí van,
Pero cantan.
Pero le echan ganas, es lo que tienen.
bueno.
Tienen muchísimas ganas. Pero ellos les gusta mucho lo viejito, bro. It's kind of weird, bro, because they're young, 16. You would think they want puro tumbao y canciones
Tumbao.
ahorita que están. They don't want to play that. Le dije, hey, tienes que sacarlas, bro, porque la gente te las va a pedir. Bro, pero ellos quieren puro pinche canciones de Ariel Camacho, las viejitas, bro, las viejitas.
that's fire.
They want
No,
the old
that's
school,
fire.
bro.
When I was listening to Shout Out to Los Boys podcast,
Ajá, shout out to the boys.
they asked them, who do you guys look up to? And they were like, pues Miguel y Miguel.
Yes.
Like,
Oh, shit.
old school Ariel. And
Yes,
I'm like,
yes,
what
bro.
the fuck?
Yeah.
Right.
Nata
Yo-
Dios, baby.
Yeah,
Nah,
like these
compa,
kids,
probably hurt
bro.
by that.
What are you talking? Pero they're about that. They don't wanna.
That's
Hasta
badass.
fíjate, les dije, mira, mínimo sáquense una de ese grupo firme. Sáquense una de esas, a ver, acomódense y saquen unas canciones. Nah, bro. He said, we're not about that, Dad. We're not about that. Dije, cabrón, they just want old school songs, bro. They
Yeah,
just
so
want.
what's your favorite song? He's like, I don't know, Flor Hermosa. Like,
Yeah,
damn.
yeah, bro. Así son ellos. So,
Which is badass porque
It is, bro.
technically it's different than what, because all the other fucking Serenios are doing all the new shit.
The majority
Yeah.
of
The
them.
majority of them. I'm not gonna
For
say
sure.
all of them,
No,
pero
no.
pues, for some young kids like that to be
Yeah.
taking it old school,
Yeah,
o
yeah.
sea,
No,
still
they're
gonna put
doing
their
good, bro.
touch on it.
Tienen,
New
tienen,
school touch.
tienen muchas ganas, bro. Muchas ganas y buen repertorio, la verdad. Y ponen a la gente a bailar y la emoción. Ya han tocado ya tienen como un mes que tienen más tiempo tocando, pero ya así que se lanzaron a tocar en las yardas, porque nomás los quiero para las yardas y las fiestas privaditas. Ya tienen como un mes. So, ahí están, bro, echándole ganas y están a la orden, el grupo Rascando Madera, bro.
Rascando
Grupo
Madera.
RM. Así le pusimos
Hell
Grupo
yeah.
RM. Yeah.
Fucking crazy. And then they're going to get that fry magic.
Then
Yes,
yes,
they're gonna do that. They're gonna do that fry.
you're gonna be
Yes.
busy on the phone. They're
Bro,
gonna be
and you know
calling
what,
like
bro?
crazy after that fry. That fry fire comes out.
I want to hit a little topic right now. And,
Dale.
compa.
Talk shit about frying?
No,
Dele, dele.
nothing to do with fry. No.
Oh, okay.
Voy a hablar.
And we always
voy
talk shit
voy a
about
hablar,
fry.
como les digo, al chile, sin pelos en la lengua. Bro, ahorita, y con todo respeto a todos los músicos, pero cabrón, están bien carísimos ustedes, bro. Pinches músicos, todos cobran un chingo ahorita, bro. Like,
Hey,
it's
because my compas
fucking-
over here, I already told him, compa, stop. He's charging $150 an hour. Not
No, it's not even. It's more than
shit.
150. It's more than 150, but it's
but it's
cheap,
not
bro.
more than 200.
It's a little more. I'm charging, fíjate, bro.
Fuck.
Like $220 an hour, $250 an hour.
Who does
bro.
that?
Es lo que te- y sabes, okay,
Shit.
pero ahí te va, ahí te va.
Vámonos, hijo de la
No.
Ahí te
chingada.
va.
No,
Like,
qué
so, of
chingados.
course, I know
¿Qué dice mi
everybody-
compa
la
Bart?
gente.
5 horas,
yo
démela.
lo-
Ahorita yo sé que la gente va a decir, cabrón, ¿por qué te están cobrando tan poquito? Pero, van a entender de que los morros están jóvenes. Están aprendiendo, se están agarrando. So, la verdad de que si los muchachos pueden tocar en su yarda, en sus fiestas privadas, we were privileged to be able to be there. Honest truth,
There you
because
go.
you're young.
I kind of
Ahora,
like that. I kind of like that. You know why? Because there's some groups that come out and they go high right away.
No, we're not about that. We're not.
Y maybe they're not worth that, at
Pero
that point yet.
Cada
know?
quien,
So,
cada quien. I mean,
so it's cool. You understand though. You know that they're.
Well,
they're,
maybe it's because of the background. Yeah, maybe
nuevos,
Yo digo, es que mira, yo nomás digo, y como te digo, I'm not
Y para que
bashing.
jalen un
I like
chingo.
I like that
pa' que
too because
jalen un
he's
chingo.
the way I see it is you're seeing it like they gotta pay their dues in a way.
Exactly,
Sure. Yeah,
exactly.
fuck
They
yeah,
have to
fuck
pay
it.
their
Yeah,
dues.
yeah.
Now, like I said, I'm not bashing any musicians. I'm not at all. You guys tienen mucha historia, muchos grupos que tienen años tocando, bro, que ni se diga, más de 15, 20 años, pinches vatos ya están rucos tocando. Ahora,
Oh, eso
pero...
fue pa' mí, la pinche
no,
pelada.
para nada.
Ya están rucos
A
tocando.
lo que voy es de
Fuck
que...
it.
A lo que
He
voy
looked over at you. He looked over at you, compa.
These guys are laughing like, yeah, that nigga's right, man.
A lo que voy es de que, bro, you could charge more because you have that. You know, it's like if you get a job and you have 10, 20 years, you're going to get paid more because you have that experience.
I like that.
Pero ahí te va una cosa. Tampoco no se pasen, cabrones. Tampoco no se pasen porque quieren cobrar tanto dinero, pues se quieren aprovechar ahorita de la gente quizás porque ahorita, después de la pandemia, everybody wants groups. So what's going to happen? They're going to pay whatever.
Estímulo.
So if you guys wanna charge it, that's fine. But the kids are young, so I'm not looking to charge a lot. Not even after a year, bro. I might raise it a little bit, but not a lot, bro. We're gonna
Bring
keep it
over
low.
RM to AMG.
We're gonna keep it low, compa.
Usted no le tiene que subir, nosotros le subimos el pinche.
Exactamente.
Para que no se sienta.
Para que se se sienta mal.
No, we'll fucking charge the extra.
Real cheap kids.
The extra
Real
200.
cheap. Pero we haven't even opened pages yet, para decirte because
I was gonna say, like, you waiting for the picture and everything?
I'm waiting for the picture. Not only that, honestly, I don't want to open none of this. I want them to open it. And
Right.
my son's out of town right now. When he gets back, that's what I'm going to push him to do. Quiero que se ponga las pilas y empiece a abrir su face, su Insta, whatever.
Usted no la abre, compa, porque no sabe.
La verdad, es la verdad.
No sabe.
Yo, bro,
Usted es el-
No
voy
sabe
a,
dónde empezar.
mira, me voy a quedar ahí todo el día abriendo páginas nomás y para no saber y al rato para que les diga, hey, cabrón, ahí
I
la
lost the
regué.
password. I lost the password.
Exactly, bro. Exactly. So
le va a
mejor
olvidar,
se los
bro.
dejo a los muchachos que ellos hagan ese rollo, pero that's the next thing I'm going to push them on, bro. To open up, so we can put up videos, because I have a few videos for them, Y sí, no por nada, pero sí, I mean, if you guys watch the Boys podcast, saludos a los Boys.
Of course.
Se tocaron dos cancioncitas,
Yeah.
y la verdad, they're not bad, bro. I mean, not because they're my son and his, friends, pero hacen buen ambiente, bro. Para el ambiente.
A lo
porque
que llevan también.
Right.
We're gonna have to bring him out to
Y lo
8
que
tons
falta,
soon. We're gonna have to
lo que
bring him out
falta.
to 8 tons soon,
Yeah, bro. So,
We gotta bring
you know
him
what?
here.
I'll be honest, guys. It's hay jale. Pa decirle.
no, pues sí.
Ahorita, we got next couple weeks booked, So what I'm saying is, as what I want to do, my thought on this is push them out there at a cheap price, que todos empiezan a conocer al grupo,
Ándale.
y el dinero, las tocadas van a sobrar, bro.
Sí,
This is the other way I look at it. If they're all 16, imagine what they're going to be when they're 21, right? That's something I always tell these guys. Well, nigga, you guys are barely 19. Like, what are you going to be when you're 24 then?
Right, right.
Right now, don't worry if you're only making 70 or 80 bucks an hour.
My guys are making 60.
There you go. So when you're like,
60. And
so
think
when
about
they're 21, compa, they're going to be doubling that, if not tripling
Right.
that.
Ponte a pensar.
There's not
What
a huge
kid
rush.
at 16
Sí,
year old
sí, no,
is going to
no,
make
de verga.
$60 an hour? Le dije a mi morro, hey, cabrón, vete allí a Tony's Fruit Market. Yo creo que te vayas a trabajar ahí en Pep Boys or wherever they give you a job. He's 16. Vete, te van a pagar a
$7 an
$9,
hour.
$10 an hour y te va bien. So, you're making $60, bro. Be happy, Ay, ya le invertimos poquito para el sonido y todo eso, pero
Yeah.
de ahí va a salir, de las tocadas
Sí, a
salen.
huevo.
Sí, primero Dios, vamos a echar para adelante y que le echen ganas a los morros.
Huevo.
Pues ya saben, Rascando Madera is coming to a party near you.
To a
Yes.
backyard
Yes.
near you.
Yes.
And you
Ah,
start seeing them
huevo.
more and more. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah, for sure.
eventually, we're probably going to be part of the AMG family. Aunque no quiera, compadre. Me lo voy a jalar yo el pinche Jacob.
Ay,
Están
ay,
diciendo
ay,
a
ay,
huevo casi que no tiene
¿Verdad?
choice, compa.
No options.
Compa ya se quiere retirar.
No, pues sí, apenas empezó
How,
y ya
how
está
can he
gritando
not
otra
trust
vez.
me?
Yeah,
Of
bro.
course.
It's
You can't-
and I honestly,
any line there.
uno se tiene que hacer metas y la verdad, man, bro. After I think I could give it a year. I can give it a
Sí.
year. I don't know, bro. It's just hard. I can't do run
I'm
the
just
other
gonna tell
company.
compa, usted quédese ahí acostado en su pinche mansión en la Grange y le va a llegar su feria. Le va a llegar su pinche feria semanal
Ay,
ahí.
pedo.
No, qué
Compa,
chingados.
how hard was it to do the whole coming back to the music? Because I know music itself, as much as we love it, because it's a fucking passion. I know your dad is in the music.
Right,
I know
right.
your dad plays the violin, si no mal recuerdo.
Guitar and violin, yeah.
Guitar and violin.
Michoacancito. Michoacancito.
Michoacancito. And I'm going to touch a subject right now because I know it's a very difficult one, but I want to know also how tough of a position you're in to coming back to, let's just say, falling in love with music. Because at a certain point in your life, I know that it became where you wanted nothing to do with music because of your son Adrian. Um, rest in peace. He loved music so much that we've talked before that you went through the situation with him where listening to music affected you. So how
Correct,
difficult
yeah.
is it now to get into music?
Man, that's a
Is
great.
it like a daily battle? Is it
That's a
like
great question, honestly. Sabes de que things happen. Things happen for a reason. I always say it. I have always been a believer in that. Man, it's because it's hard. What you just asked me, when I lost my son, it's a very difficult topic to touch, right? Pero this is one of the biggest reasons why I really wanted to come here and I wanted to talk to you and
Yeah.
the guys here. Because mainly, besides my story, guys, my story doesn't matter. We all have a story at the end of the day. Somos lo que somos y de aquí seguimos nuestra raya y cuando es tiempo de que nos tenemos que ir para para el otro mundo, para la otra vida, pues le damos, right? That's how I feel. Now, that being said, I'll say that when my son passed, the hardest thing for me, number one, was I couldn't listen to music, bro. I couldn't because every time I would hear a song, it would remind me of my son. It would remind me of Adrian, and everything was always about him. And it could be a romantic song. It would remind me of so many things. Remember we went. Do you remember we went to see MS in Rosemont, and
Oh,
I took my
yes,
son,
yes,
and you
yes,
were with
yes.
me. You and your wife, and you were.
we actually took him to a baile afterwards?
Yeah,
to a
we
little
did.
bar.
Yes,
remember?
I remember. I was a little.
We were
tipsy.
on. He was driving.
He was driving.
Yeah, he was driving with my
yes,
wife.
no
Yeah,
license.
yeah.
I remember my son, bro. Yeah. So that being said, like it was rough. Music was rough because I had so many memories with him, and I just you're right. You're right on that. How did I get past that? I have no idea. I have no answer for you. I wish I did, because I know it's a good question, pero te digo sinceramente que cosas pasan por una razón, de una manera pasan, y poco a poco uno va mejorando, va sellando el dolor, pero you're never gonna forget. But the thing is that for some reason I'm back, right? For some reason I'm here. So whatever brought me back here, even if it was his brother Jacob, my other son, regardless, this is where I belong now, And we have to continue with our life, Losing a son, bro, it's no se lo deseo a nadie en el mundo, ni a mi enemigo, ni a el peor persona en este mundo. Es una batalla que siempre vas a pelear por el resto de tu vida, pero tenemos que seguir para adelante, bro. Tenemos que echar chingazos, no dejar de que, porque otra gente cuentan en ti. Deja a tus familiares, la gente que yo voy a pasar por mi vida, mi camino de vida, que yo voy a conocer y yo voy a mejorar. Esa gente me ocupa también. You know what I'm saying? Like you're going through your life and you're gonna better put a smile on somebody's face. So I need to continue to keep doing that, So I don't know if I'm getting off the topic, and I'm sorry, but for sure I'm back, and this it's part of my life. This is where I need to be now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I thought it was very unique that when I would see Adrian, you can tell that he was the musically inclined one, as far as like he really wanted the music in him, right? Like I remember you took him to our old office, and I gave him a day of like breathing techniques, and I mean you're talking about somebody that was very focused. Obviously, Jacob is a little bit younger than he was, or that he is, at that time, of course, but you could tell Adrian was like committed to learning the music. And now I see that with Jacob, how he's committed. Like he wants this the music experience.
Yeah, and
Excuse me.
and you know that touching that subject, I want to say something too before we get into my son Adrian. But you know, I want to also just throw it out there real quick. Because I express this every time I talk to my son Jacob. It's the guys, whoever's listening, whoever wants to listen, take the advice and not don't. And con todo respeto a todos los músicos, bro. We all have to have another. You know, don't let music. I'm sorry, see, because I don't want to offend anybody. Pero I feel like you cannot let music be your number one. You know, like to go to job. You know, like to make your career out of it. Don't get me wrong. It could happen. But you have to have a plan, bro. You know, and I tell Jacob all the time, and I'm sorry, I know we're talking about Adrian, but I wanted to say this before that.
Okay.
De que I tell Jacob all the time, hey, I need you to do something with your life. You can't, just because you're going to start, I'm going to help you out. Yeah, we'll push you. We'll do what we can to become a musician and have your group. Pero you have to finish school and you have to do something with your life. I don't care if you become a truck driver. You know, I don't care if you decide to become a mechanic, because I push him to be a diesel mechanic. Whatever you decide to do, you do something with your life, because a musician is a great job. It is, pero pues yo conozco a mucha gente que se la vive de eso, o que ahí se estancó. ¿Y qué pasó? De ahí no, ya nomás de ahí no salieron y se les hizo más difícil la vida. So you gotta do something. I always say you have to push to do something with your life. You have to have a career, no matter what. Being a musician, bro, there's nothing wrong with it. Don't get me wrong. It's a great job. Pero échale ganas a otra, another career for sure. If you call it a back,
Yeah,
the
not
backup.
well. O sea, maybe for the musician not to be like you said, not the musician to be the backup or the extra. You know,
Correct.
have your
Correct,
set fucking
correct.
career, whatever you want to call
Correct.
it, your estate, but
Bro, you can.
just use the musician stuff as an extra.
Let me tell you,
if you can.
being a musician brings you so many things, bro. So many things. We all know it. We've been there. You know, Carlos, you're a great example. Deja el dinero. Te deja muchas cosas, and great things. And there's bad things as well. Las mujeres sobran, of course, cuando estás en la música, pero deja de eso. Like, you have to learn how to handle that. You have to learn how to manage your life. You have to. So that's where I wanted to just.
That's what I wanted to. I heard you say the same exact thing with Los Boys.
Oh, I did. Okay.
Yeah, and I wanted to just play a little devil's advocate because I heard it and I agree, because I'm a guy. I'm a guy about education.
Right. Correct.
But I'm also became a believer more and more with time that the musicianship nowadays can be a great career.
Okay.
And I think you're probably the best dad in this case to be able to start money managing and managing itself to make it a career where I understand what you're saying. Don't get me wrong. There's got to be a fallback plan. There's got to be a plan B or a plan A, because music should be your plan B, and the way you guys are saying it. But I also believe that nowadays there's so much work and so much demand that a great example like Los Orejones. I've always said Los Orejones figured it out. They figured it out. They don't need a plan B, or their plan A is what they do. Each guy helped each other buy a house. They have multiple means of transportations with their vans for the group. We're good, sir. And they make a great salary, and they know how to manage their time to be able to give themselves peace of mind, go on vacations, family time, and they have money. And I just think that starting at an age of like 16, like Jake right now, is a perfect time to not only teach them the importance of loving what you do, in this case your career as a musician, but maybe letting him know like it's okay if you want to be a musician. Let me help you right now, because there's gonna be a time where he's gonna be like, nah, fuck you, like I know what I'm doing. But right now is a perfect time to be like, look, put away X percentage from your weekend into your account. This is what you should be doing for the rest of your life. Because if you do this for the rest of your life, quote unquote, you're going to be making so much more money.
Yeah. Compa, you have man, you exactly what you said is it's a great point. I mean, you're so right. Right now, especially right now, the way the world has turned around, like it just there is so much potential in music. Anything you could even be a musician and become a teacher of music or become some kind of
There you
some
go.
kind of arm of music. You could completely. Pero voy a lo mismo, compa. Like there's something there. There's an you're like not when I express, like I said, it's rough to express what I feel in this topic because I don't want anybody to get offended. Especially, I know tons of musicians don't get offended, but if vamos at the truth, este, tenemos que, even if you're gonna be a musician and you're gonna give classes, you're gonna do that. You have another handle. You have another. You're not basing yourself. Yo he conocido gente que they base themselves on music. ¿Y qué pasa? ¿Qué es lo que pasa? Pues they get older and guess what? Ya la música pues, se te va acabando y ahí estás trabajando que ya después se te acaba la música, estás trabajando en a Walgreens or wherever, which is not a bad job. Pero yo nomás quisiera, mira, good example, los orejones. That's a great example. Saludos a los primos, son, para que veas, somos familiares, los orejones y con la familia. Pero fíjate, los orejones, they're very smart. You're very right. Because what they do is they make tons of money, but eventually that's going to run out because they're only going to get older.
Right,
So
right.
they're only going to be like, pues, ¿sabes qué, cabrón? Yo ya estoy cansado, yo ya me voy a salir o, whatever. Life happens. Pero ¿sabes qué? Lo que ellos sacaron, aunque sacaron lo que sacaron de las tocadas, they invested into buildings, they invested into businesses. They have another way of income,
Yeah.
residual income that's coming in all the time. So if they decide, I'm out, guess what? I have buildings
Sí, sí, sí.
de que el dinero no para de entrar. They're smart on that. So I'm completely okay
all
with
that
that.
work they've done all those years, o sea, no se gastaron.
I agree
Right.
with that. I agree with that though. You're right. It's well, I agree 100%. Like at the end of the day, you have to be very smart with your money, and it's all about reinvesting in the
manage.
right. And then you're right. I mean, it's unstable because right now he can have like the perfect group, right? The bandmates, pero pues es sabe como es. We don't know who in 5 years might. Not even 5 years, like in a couple years, might be a dad, and he's gonna have to get the fuck out.
Exactly.
By one of the other
Right.
guys, hopefully, and se pelean entre ellos. Like so many things can happen. Then all of a sudden, the group's done. I mean, it's tough. It's tough for sure.
But yeah, but that's all I wanted. I didn't mean to make it so long, this topic. But exactly what you're saying is exactly what I was trying to say. Even if you take a little bit of the money that you're making and put yourself to school, go or go to school, or you know what, I want to buy a building because I know that there's money, there's residual income in this, and I want to flip houses, I want to buy cars and resell. Whatever. Pero mira, ponte pilas, ponte pilas porque la vida se te va así de volada.
Yeah.
When you next thing you know, you're already freaking hitting 30 and you're still a musician doing just music. ¿Qué va a pasar, mijo?
With
¿Sabes
nothing.
qué?
Yeah.
¿Qué va a pasar? Órale, ahí está tu música. ¿Cuánto te dejó tu música, cabrón? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Es lo que ponte pilas. Ponte
You
pilas. That's
just-
all I'm saying.
You just reminded me of a big shout out to Saul Saucedo.
And I was just going to mention that.
Yeah, because I remember when he went over to the old office and he said, "What do you recommend?" And I'm like, "Look, bro, music's gonna be the best part-time job you're ever gonna have."
That's a perfect way to put it.
And stay in school. Right now, he's at UIC. I think he's
Good for
a
him,
year
bro.
away
Good for
from
him.
graduating with his bachelor's.
Hell yeah.
He was part of Escuela for a
was
little
part of
while,
Escuela for a bit.
and we talked a lot. And he's a good kid, bro, really good. Pero qué bueno me da eso. A mí me da tanta felicidad que saber que ese niño se puso las pilas, bro. Porque he could have been another kid that just se dedicó a la música y ahí estamos.
Y ahí
Good looking kid, bro. Everything was gonna come to him. Everything, like in the music industry,
Yeah.
So good for him. Good for him, man.
Yeah, man, this music thing, it could be a good thing and it could be a bad thing. And my dad once told me, and I was about fucking 18, when he didn't want me to be part of the music, dijo cuando uno se mete en la cagada sale embarrado.
Yep.
Y pues muy cierto, ¿verdad? O sea, there's so many negative aspects to being a musician.
Right.
As much as there's positive, there's so many negative ones that you can, pues vas a salir embarrado, güey.
For sure.
One way or another. You can only protect somebody for so long, and then that's it. O sea, hopefully nothing bad happens. But I mean, that's just the way music is and shit.
Right, exactly. And I lived it. You know what I mean? I lived it. I've been through the struggles. I've been through it all, and I've learned from it. And this is what I think we as old guys, I can say, because I consider myself an old guy. but young at heart. Pero at least I can teach. We can at least give this knowledge to these young kids coming up. Help them out because, cabrón, you don't want to be another kid. All of a sudden your years passed you by. Ya valices madre. Because not valices madre, pero ya la música. They're always trying to look for new kids, bro.
It'll be tougher, yeah, once
Yeah.
you get into that stage.
For sure, for sure. Pero going back, compa, going back to what we were talking about my son Adrian, it is very hard to even can't believe that I'm back into this industry because it was hard for me to even listen to music, bro. I used to listen. I'm a truck driver. This is what you do.
Yeah.
You drive and you listen to your pods and vámonos a chingarle 4 horas, a tirar una carga y regresarnos con otra. Y I couldn't even listen to music, bro. I was just on the road and breaking down on the side of the road and just bawling my eyes off because I couldn't believe what happened to me. I'm not. I don't want anybody to have pity on me. It's just part of life. It happens. And I wish it doesn't happen to anybody. Pero son cosas que pasan en el mundo que uno nunca va a entender, la verdad. Pero tenemos que vivir con ello, con eso y a seguir adelante, bro. Y ahorita I am better, compa. Now that you bring that up about me and music, I am a lot better. I could listen to music now and I'm better. But perhaps, this is where I was supposed to be. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I mean, I know how to be I remember talking to compa and he wouldn't listen to music, way. Like for shit. And, I mean, obvious reasons because Adrian loved music. And, there was this song came on, started bawling out, rather not play the fucking music and shit. And the next thing I know is like, oh shit, what Jacob's playing. And, you're part of it. You're going to be part of it. So I'm like, I mean, I only imagine, well, it's got to be mixed emotions. But I think it's more of a revelation to know that, like, look, I know you're a man of faith, compa.
Yes.
And I know that maybe in your heart, it's Adrian telling you, like, hey, it's okay to listen to music, Dad. I want you to not, stop listening to music. Because I would dare to say that part of his love of music was because of seeing you so involved with music, right? Like,
right.
Since back in the day.
Right.
I mean, he was there for all the Estilo and the Escuela. He might have been young, but he was there. He was seeing everything. So going back to you being the man of faith, maybe you should see it as this is him some way, somehow letting you know, hey, man, I want music to be part of you. Like, I don't want you to stop listening to music,
100%. You're right. 100%. And I believe that's the case. Exactly. That's the case. My son passed away, the 15th of May, over 2 years ago now. I know time makes things better. As time, you're never going to forget. It's never going to be something that you're ever going to forget, especially something like this. But like compa, like you said, I believe I've always, since I was a young kid, I've always had that strong faith. I've always had strong faith in my beliefs, and I don't go preaching or anything like that, pero cada quien tiene su relación con su Dios, cada quien, bro. Y es lo más importante en este mundo. Yo, growing up, my parents taught me that you, even though we wouldn't go to church often, I go to church more often now than I used to be when I was younger. Pero it's just that cada quien tiene su relación. Aunque no vayas a la iglesia, tú tienes tu relación y tú rezas y tú haces lo que tú tienes que hacer en tu hogar. Y todas las cosas, they're going to work out for you. They're gonna happen for a reason. That's what I always say. Everything's entwined, bro. And I'm blessed, bro. I'm blessed to be where I'm at. I am, and como dice el compa, I am a man of faith. I do have my God and my beliefs, and whatever everybody else's beliefs are, just stick with what you believe in and go hard at it. I think so, bro. I think because things happen for a reason, and they happen. The good things, bad things happen as well, Pero ahorita, ¿qué was I supposed to do? My son passed away. Que me entrego a la adicción, me entrego a la perdición. ¿Qué hago, bro? Yes, I was lost. I'll be honest with you, bro. To this day, for a very long time, I thought I was dreaming. I thought I was dreaming. My son passed away, and it's like it's a dream. I'm getting out of work, and I get a phone call around 3:30, 4 o'clock in the afternoon that my son has passed away, or he's on the edge of passing away, and I'm over here rushing in a semi on the side of the I-55 trying to get to the fucking yard to get to my son in the hospital because he's dying on me. And what do I do? And believe me when I say this, I did not start being a man of faith that day. I was a man of faith way before that. I would pray to my God and all the time to bless me and to bless my family, bless the ones who need to be blessed. Pero yes, I started praying hard when I was driving down the side of the emergency lane. I started praying hard, bro, um, because I said to my God, you know what? Aunque me lo dejes un vegetal, pero déjamelo, si yo lo cuido. You know, it gets a little touching, bro. But and I apologize ahead of time, but um, you know, because at the end of the day, bro, that those are your kids. You do anything for your kids, anything, bro. And I prayed hard. I was driving, and I was praying. Just no me lo quites, no me lo quites. Espérame. And that wasn't the plan. Se me falleció. I got to the hospital. Ya había fallecido. You know, I got to see his body. I was there with him. And ya no estaba con nosotros. Pero I at least I got to see him before they took him away. And it's all a dream, bro. It's all a dream after that. It's not real. It's very surreal. It's very, is this real? What's going on? Pero this is the main reason why I wanted it. I talked to mi compa Carlos and I said, you know what? I need to come to your pod, bro. I really want to come out here. And I've been wanting to do this for a while, anywhere. And I'm talking about, it doesn't have to be here. I just want to reach out to people, bro. I want to reach out to people in the way that if anybody ever feels depressed or has issues, bro, man, you can reach out to me, bro. I think I've been through a lot where I can maybe help you out, or we can talk. We can go get a coffee, bro. Whatever I can do. I think I'm in that position where if I can help, I need to be here to help. So that's one of the reasons why I talked to Carlos, and I really said, when I've listened to La Chingonas podcast and their stories and some of their stories and the past guys, and I was like, I think it's time. I need to get out here and start doing this. It's been over 2 years, and man, if I can touch one person, and help them out, to get out of their depression, their negative vibes, let me help you out. I'm all about it, because I would love to do that. I would. It's rough, bro. We don't know what everybody's going through.
I can't even imagine, to be honest. I mean,
Yeah.
when he told me, like, hey, you know what? I want to go on there. I want to obviously talk about everything else, but I want to really go on there and talk about my son. And it's a touchy subject, and I think it affected everyone involved in your circle, including myself, and didn't know how to. You don't know how to bring these things up. These are very tough situations. And then when he said something to me like, I know you had heard the Rick Miranda one and the way he spoke, and you said, like, I feel like I have something to offer to someone that's gonna be listening that might be going through something, because
Correct. Yeah.
we all go through something.
Right.
But in this case, there might be somebody who went through losing a child, and
And you know what, compa? I'm gonna say something real quick.
yeah.
This is the thing, bro. That you can judge me, and it's fine. We all have a little bit of judgmental part inside of us, and we somos bien buenos para juzgar siempre, ¿verdad?
A huevo.
Y es algo que uno tiene que. We all need to work on it. All of us, everybody. Because we don't know everybody's lives, and and you can judge and say that maybe I wasn't a fit parent. I wasn't because his mom and I we were separated. Um, you know, you could say whatever you want, but what I will say, and this is why I wanted to say this, and come here to say this. I had a great relationship with him. Yo con Jacob y Adrián have always been close. And the people who really know me, la gente que are really close to me, they know I used to take my kids to gigs, bro, to Escuela Rancho. Ahí estaban conmigo putting sound. So it's not like I was a and con todo respeto a todos los padres que they have issues, with divorce or separated parents, and it's hard to see your kids. I didn't have that issue. I would have my kids every other weekend or every weekend. I would, and I would take them to gigs if I knew there were family events or private, no a los bailes, obvio, ¿verdad? Pero a festivales, que no se diga, los festivales íbamos cada rato, me los llevaba y ellos encima del escenario tirando camisas de escuela al público. It's a beautiful thing, bro. It's it's something that de que yo aprecio, que yo digo, I don't feel like I was a bad father, so I cannot, anybody can judge me, and you can judge anybody you want. That's perfectly fine. I'll take it. You can say whatever you want about me. That's fine. But deep inside me, myself, I know that my son and I, we had a great relationship. Jacob and I, we have a great relationship. We talk every day. We always communicate también con Adrián. So a lo que voy, that being said, this happened out of the blue, bro. This happened 2 weeks before this happened. Um, we had a conversation because a kid took his life in the same area that he lived in. He found I believe it was his dad gun, and he took his life. My kids, both kids knew that kid. Maybe it was ponle que un mes. So máximo un mes. We had a conversation before this happened, maybe 2 weeks before this happened. I told him, mijos, you know that if you guys ever feel the need to talk, and I'm your dad, and you don't want to talk to me, talk to your uncle. Your uncle Tony. You could talk to him. You could talk to your friends. You could talk, but don't let things get over your head. Don't let them be a bigger burden on you that you can handle. There's always a way out. Don't think that that's it. Ya no hay razón por qué vivir. No, mijo, tenemos que seguir. We had a great conversation 2 weeks before this happened. What did they tell me? No, Dad. Oh, no, not at all. How could you even think of this? How could you even assume that we would be in that level? No, mijo, we need to have this conversation. You know what I mean? Just like the birds and the bees, we need to have something like this. It's a rough conversation because it's so close. It happened in the same town of Stickney where they lived, the other kid who passed away. What happens, bro? This happened 2 weeks later. My son. So, a lo que voy es de que uno nunca sabe, uno piensa de que tú sabes exactamente que tú conoces a tus hijos. Tú piensas que tu hijo está perfectamente bien y no tiene nada y su vida va bien y tú sigues tu vida en el trabajo y en tu mundo, ¿verdad? Cada quien. Pero, bro, we don't understand. Us as parents, we don't understand when something is wrong. Honest truth, we don't. And I never seen anything wrong. He was a happy boy, always happy. Siempre, pues le decían el muchacho alegre en la escuela.
Yeah.
Le decían, that was his nickname because he was always about helping everybody, you know. And y pues ahí en el funeral y man, bro, it was touching because llegó más de 1,000 personas. Había líneas y líneas y líneas to get in, bro, waiting hours and hours to pay their respect because my son was loved by many. And that's something that I hold really close to my heart. Pero, the main reason we're here is to raise awareness to whoever might need help. If you know anybody that might be,
Of course.
even if you hear this and you want to talk to them, let's talk. I'm all right. Let's go have a coffee. Let's go talk. You know what I mean? It really touches my heart.
Especially because I just feel that, unfortunately, I think it's sort of taboo in the Latino community, right? Like the whole word,
Absolutely.
even now, like, how do we even bring up, like, suicide, because it's such a tough subject for us. Like, it can get pretty deep. It could get
It
deep
is
with the
very
family, it could
touching,
get
bro.
deep with the religion. I mean, it's just so deep, right? So, uh, for you to feel like it's and I appreciate this about you, for you to feel like it's sort of a duty, for you to be putting yourself there for other people that have gone through it, because it doesn't have to be necessarily a child. It could be anybody that's going
Of course, of
through their
course.
own through
Yeah.
their own things, right?
We all have our demons, compa.
Yeah,
We all have our
demons. There you
demons.
go. So this has to be something that shouldn't be taboo. Um,
And
we're very bad at talking. ¿Cuándo vas a ver que un paisa diga, no, pues hoy me toca día de terapia, güey? O sea, es muy raro, cabrón.
bro, Hispanics are tough when it comes on to that, bro. No, we hold everything in, bro. Everything. Nosotros, like,
Exactly.
or if
Hell
we
yeah.
don't hold it in as an older person, as a ya más grande, what happens? Pues, estoy bien deprimido or whatever. Al pisto. Vámonos a pistear.
Ándale.
Vámonos a pistear porque esa es la medicina.
Sí, sí.
And I mean, cada quien, pero yo, en la manera que yo puedo ayudar, si yo puedo ayudar a una persona, bro, con todo gusto, aquí estoy para ayudar, I mean, it's a touchy subject, it's very hard, it's not easy, but if I can help, bro, I'm 100% here, bro.
That's super badass way, and I appreciate that way. O sea que when Carlos told me, because he told me that you reached out, and you're like, compa, I need to get this off my chest. I need to, like you're saying, put it out there for anybody who might need someone to talk to. That you want to let them know que aquí estás tú. And when he told me, I'm just like, fuck, that's so badass way, because
Yeah,
like
for
you
sure.
said, people we don't talk about it. We don't talk about it.
It's
you
rough
know,
in there.
and well, yeah, I'm fucking. It's so badass that you're like me thinking about now. You coming back, way. You think you somehow traded those bad memories, or when you would listen to music, o sea, te agüitabas. Now you traded it for the happy.
Happy thoughts.
Like he loved it. Adrian
For
loved music, and now you're back in music, and I'm sure it you just traded it for a better remembrance of him.
Yeah, it's funny, bro. Like I said, things happen for a reason, bro. I can't. To this day, I'll listen to music, even if my son's playing. He'll play a song that will touch me really deep, and I had to step away and like just catch my breath and be like, everything's gonna be all right. Just take it easy. We're gonna be fine. Especially if I have a couple beers, 2, 3 beers. Yeah, that's when
Yeah.
sentiments,
Ah,
los
huevo.
sentimientos de verdad pegan. Pero, a lo que también otra cosa que te iba a decir es de que, y fíjate cómo es el mundo, cómo son las cosas. Yo, cuando estaba pasando por esto, pasé por esto, yo no sé ni cómo regresé a trabajar, bro. La verdad, yo no sé ni cómo. After a week, I was back on the road and I was back. Now, I'm so busy at work. I'm like, at work, I'm literally nonstop. Lo que es de lunes a viernes hasta un poco sábado, bro, yo estoy trabajando desde las 5 de la mañana como hasta las 6 de la tarde. Like, and I'm not talking about driving. I'm talking about on the phone. I make calls,
calls,
to
yeah.
dispatch trucks, right? So, estoy bien ocupado con llamadas y todo eso. Pero fíjate, ese fue mi medicina, bro. Esa fue mi medicina. Y fíjate cómo son las cosas. Que I was going through the struggle of losing my son, my oldest, my firstborn. And my medicine was to be extremely busy. That's it, bro. Yo, estando ocupadísimo, my mind was, bro,
Yeah,
el pinche ratoncito en la bola, nomás corre, 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 corre. That's all I would do, bro. And then llegaba la noche, bro, 8, 9 o'clock at night, I was out, bro. I was out, yeah, because so tired. No me daba tiempo de pensar, la verdad.
I was gonna ask you right now, like, what was your therapy? What was your? I mean, not that you're over this, obviously, but I'm saying, like, what helped you get through those rough ass patches? But now you just answered it because, you know, goddamn, I remember, and I remember how you got back to work, and I mean, again, I would call you on a daily, and there was days that you wouldn't pick up, and I respected obviously that, and I was just like, how the fuck is a compa doing it? Like, that's tough. Like, I didn't know what your therapy was. I understood you were just trying to keep busy. I understood that you had a strong household behind you. I understood that you had your family, your parents out here from Texas. But even that is temporarily because they got to go back to their lives, right? But you just got through it. I mean, I know like I said, your house got stronger. si me permite decir, like, as far as your a woman in your life.
Yeah, for sure. You know, we well, going back to what you were saying on my parents.
Yeah.
You know, my parents got here right away, and they were with me. My whole family from Texas, because they're all in Texas except one brother that I have, who is my only guy here, my right hand guy. Yo siempre ha dicho, bro, and I want to say this right now, and I always tell my son, and I tell everybody, I preach this. En este mundo, I nomás you can count your true friends with one hand. I always say that, with one hand. There's a lot of acquaintances. You have tons of people they're gonna come through your
Conocidos, yeah.
life, conocidos, that you're gonna respect. You're gonna say hi and always have respect for people. Pero a gente que de verdad tengas allí, bro, esa gente que de verdad que te dé ese apoyo, son la gente que vale mucho. Tienes que valorar. No hay muchos. Para mí, personalmente, no hay muchos. Yo conocí, en este negocio conoces mucha gente. Pero la gente que de verdad valoro, pues tienes que valorar y son los que, como te digo, en mis tiempos me llaman todos los días, me hablan hasta la fecha, I still talk to them every day. They still reach out to me, we text, we whatever the case is, we're always reaching out. Um, so, so that's what I was saying. What was your question? I'm sorry.
You were gonna go back to the whole therapy part, I think, right? Oh,
No.
we're talking about your brother. Oh,
Yeah,
you brought up your brother.
yeah. So yeah, like it's just pretty much
Oh,
like
then I also brought up your household.
yes, that's what. So yeah, my whole family came from Texas. They supported me, and in all of this, before my son passed away, you know, I met a woman who really, 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 man, she's been through thick and thin with me, and una mujer que me ha like que yo valoro muchísimo porque la verdad ni se diga, bro, ella está allí conmigo. Y eso, te digo una cosa, bro, y voy a lo mismo que Dios,
I
things
was just
happen
gonna
for a
say that.
reason. Things happen for a reason.
That's another part of being your
And
faith, right?
yeah, man, and you know what?
How shit
I,
happens.
I would always say, mándame, yo le decía a mi Dios, dice, mándame una persona que me cuide, que supports me, that can, the pillar. You need a pillar, bro. You need that woman next to you that's gonna back you up and not hold you back. You need that woman. I had rough parts in my life. No, como dice mi papá, no supiste cómo escogerlas, me dice mi padre. But you know what? I mean, whatever happened to me in my life, they're part of my history, part of my life. I
of your
have
journey.
kids. Yeah, it's great memory. Yo con mi respeto a las mujeres, pero yo la verdad fue bendecido, bro, con la mujer que tengo ahorita y me ha support 110%. Ella me ayuda. Say, she does everything for me, and then like she does everything like that to help me to be a better person.
Yeah,
Bro,
to
I mean,
progress.
it's like, what else can you ask for, bro? La verdad, es like, si tú te encuentras una mujer que te levante y no te jale y que, you can progress, como dice el compa, bro, that's it right there. That's it. Now, tienes que saber valorar. Tienes que saber
La va a hacer
valorar.
llorar ahorita, Pancho.
Ya, cabrón.
Y es de
Viva el
Durango,
amor.
compa. Dígale a Bardo.
No. Ya es Michoacán.
Ya es de Michoacán.
Nah, pues a huevo. Roca sí supo. Él la
Fue la
cambió
chingada.
y
Ya
usted
a mí
no
me
supo
cambiaron.
todavía. Usted lo cambiaron, compa.
No, también mi vieja me apoya, hijo de la chingada.
Yeah, you need it. It's part of life, bro. We need it because they'll hold you back, bro. There's a lot of them that that are just rough, bro. Pero
That's true.
they come through,
Very.
and I always tell everybody, you got not only on the women part, but on the whole, business or work. Llegan oportunidades en tu vida, bro, that you need to grasp. You need to grab them, bro. Porque a veces, si las dejas pasar, no sabes cuándo te va a llegar la otra oportunidad, bro. So
A
you
lo
need
mejor
to.
no te llega.
A lo mejor no te llega, bro.
Well,
So
yeah.
you need to be ready for that. You need to be ready for that.
Man, compa, well, I thought this was a fucking great. I mean, I knew what we were gonna come into. I knew that we were gonna work our way in here. I knew that it was gonna be a touchy night. We're close to the 2 hour mark. So far, one of our longest ones here. Pero it deserves it. It deserves the merit. ¿Qué te puedo decir? I admire everything that you've been through and everything that you've came out from.
Exactly.
Everything that you're still doing, We always fuck around the phone and we always say, hey, usted le tocó ahora sí bien con la mujer. But when we say it, it's playing around, but in a very strong way, I believe that that was part of your journey, finding this particular person, su mujer, que usted tiene todo lo demás, pero yo sé que tiene su familia, tiene sus hijos, pero en ese aspecto, usted siempre, you would tell me that you would ask for that person. You're progressing so much in your business. You're progressing so much in yourself. You got through this. I'm not saying you're through it, but you're getting through this. And I know it has a lot to do with that. Whatever, the person that's in your home. Um, and like I said, I'm glad that you're gonna get back into the music through Rascando Madera with Jacob because just you not being involved in music somehow was not right, right? You not being able to listen to music somehow was not right. And I know that Adrian knows that it wasn't right. And I know that you being the man of faith, and that's the thing. We don't even want to get into the whole faith with me and compa because
Yeah.
it'll be hours.
I was thinking about it earlier. I'm
No,
like,
no,
this
no.
dude wants to say something.
No, no,
He
no.
wanted-
He knows I respect him. He knows I
Yeah, for
respect
sure.
his opinion. He respects mine. But being that he is such a excuse me, man of faith, I know that he sees how things lined up way. From as maybe as fucked up as it might sound, maybe as even when the Adrian situation happened, how it lined up with having the woman, the perfect woman for the situation as support, to having Jacob at the young age of 16 into the music, and shit just lined up like things that he probably at one point driving, bawling his eyes out. Maybe a thought went like, I'm never gonna be fucking around with music ever, and now he's right back in it. And I couldn't be happier for him and for Jacob because, I mean, who else would be better to be next to him as far as him and then everybody on the Aguacate side that he knows that he has our support 1000%. Um, hopefully, anybody that listens to this and does need any kind of support
I will.
can send us a message and we'll link you up with Roka. We're not going to put all his info on there, but we will link you up. Send us a message. Other than that, my compa Bart, como vio, give me some parting words.
No, man, fucking great episode, and I knew it would be. I know it would be like you said earlier. Way you tell me all the time that you and Roka are, talk it daily. So I knew that it was kind of the same thing with what we fucking when we started this. Like, hey, we already fucking talk all the time, So I knew, man, compa and Roka, this is gonna be a great fucking episode. And I'm glad that he fucking came out, like you said, and the courage to come out and tell your story, way, and and tell people, hey, reach out to me if you need to, porque you've been through something and you could probably help them out,
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Y nah, pues chingón.
And
You
thank
took
you
all
for
the words
making
out of
some
my
time,
mouth,
compa,
compa.
because I know you're busy as
Exactly. Eso
No,
también,
it's
eso también, compa.
honest truth. Man, it did go long. 2 hours already. Ya pasado 2 hours. No, guys, whoever's listening, I apologize. Damn it.
No,
Pero
no,
there's a
no.
lot to say. There's a lot to say, and
Y todavía lo que queda. You'll be back.
yeah,
You'll be
yeah.
back
And on
again.
on that note, I'm like, if like you said, compa, anybody who wants to talk, just to talk, man, I'm all about it. I'm
Yeah.
here. You let me know, and I'm here. Para echar chingazos.
Badass, compa. Well, thank you very much for our guys that are here today, our snappers, our compa Zaman and Jose Cermeño on the sound.
Shout
As
out.
always,
Yes, sir.
we want to thank you guys for hanging in there with us. We were off the
Yeah,
recording
we were
for
off
about
for a
3
while.
weeks, for
Yeah.
almost a month.
Sorry about that.
I
We'll talk about that later because
We might
fucking
do one. Yeah, we might do one.
compa was all fucked up. Well, I guess we
Y
talked about
todavía
it a
me
little
oigo
bit.
medio así, medio choked up, porque se me quiere ir la voz y la chingada, pero thank you for hanging in there, and
I will.
I hope you enjoy this return pod with my boy,
The
my
Rock
compa, the rock
himself.
star. Great episode, compitas.
Thank you,
Ahí
guys. Thanks for
estamos.
having me. Thanks
Ya
for
se la
having me.
saben, la pura positiva,
huevo.
viejones. Ahí estamos.
Yes, sir.
Ding dong ding dong dong.